To Emmy for the $5 Venmo. This is too catchy. Gonna get stuck in my head and indoctrinate my 2028 vote. I said it's low-key a banger. I didn't say I was gonna flip now. I don't think that song has enough juice. It doesn't have enough sauce to make me go, maybe I will vote for Donald Trump in 2028. I don't know about that one. Debbie's in the chat to you, Emmy. Thank you so much for your support. I think I saw the FBI was directed to not investigate ICE pewings anymore. You're correct. You're correct. Yes. Yes. They came out straight up. DHS said we will no longer, no, excuse me. It was, the FBI. The FBI will no longer investigate these crimes. They're leaving it up to DHS, the department that presides over ICE, that would be welcoming in, protecting these individuals who are committing these crimes, is now the department that we're leaving solely responsible for addressing it. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Imagine that. Imagine, hey, cops are going to be the ones who are going to investigate the misconduct of other cops. We're going to not have any other agency look into it. We're just going to let it happen. Make it make sense. It doesn't. It doesn't at all. Meanwhile, the DOJ is continuing to fail Epstein victims in regards to this release of the Epstein files. And his confirmation is going to happen. I believe he's going to get confirmed. Todd Blanche is going to get confirmed. There's not much we can do to stop that. I'm going to keep it $1.50 with you. Yes, and the one who unalived Juan, that's correct. He beat his wife. There was a restraining order for that. Not one that was like rescinded, because the example that they tried to give is Kilmar Abrego Garcia. His wife actually rescinded that. It didn't go through. And she advocated for his return to the United States. No, this wife hates him.
God bless you.
She hates her murderous ex-husband.
God
she
bless
talked
you.
about how he threatened. Thank you so much for the tomatoes.
God bless you.
Low-key shady, but it's fine.
God bless you.
So on and so forth. Same nonsense.
God bless you.
Same shenanigans. Any case, Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Freedom, did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
And do you regret your vote?
No.
Why is that?
I mean, he's doing a phenomenal job.
Phenomenal job. Define phenomenal. And what sector?
I mean, he's done very well with the military. You could see when he requires everybody to take all the men to take a testosterone test. You know, I think that's really helpful for the military. So
how is a new requirement an example of the phenomenal job that he's done?
Sorry, you cut out. Can you say that again?
How is the requirement an example of the phenomenal job that he's done?
No, that's just an example of something that he did, which was obviously amazing.
What's amazing about it?
That now we have like the strongest military, because if they have low testosterone, we actually could boost their testosterone. That's
testosterone doesn't solely equate to strength.
No, but I think it definitely helps. So, you know.
I don't think a bunch of roided up dudes in the Department of War is going to help us with tensions in the Middle East. Not to mention, I thought you guys were against the government paying for gender affirming care.
It's not really gender affirming care.
It is gender affirming care.
Not really.
Not really? Okay. What is gender affirming care?
Well, it's care that affirms one's gender.
Okay, yeah, that's that. But oh yeah, sure, we'll go with that. Yeah, that's fine. It's care that affirms one's gender. And what is testosterone associated with?
Not gender, because gender.
No. What is testosterone
has been totally hijacked. It's been hijacked by the
I don't care about any of that. What is gender? What is testosterone associated with?
Male sex, the male sex.
Men.
The
you
male
said it
sex
makes them stronger. Did you not?
According to
Hegseth, it would boost their combat readiness, their lethality. Correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Traits associated with men. Correct?
Males. I mean, because the term man has now been hijacked by the Democrats.
Yeah, traits associated with men. Because Hegseth didn't go about this whole male thing that you're trying to do. So if testosterone is meant to strengthen, boost, and make more lethal Men, because of its historical association with aggression and all these other things, then testosterone would be a form of gender affirming care. Is to affirm that man's gender and his ability in said gender, as Hexeth described. So yes,
Right, but they're not affirming.
testosterone would
they're
be
not affirming
gender
anything.
affirming care.
No, because they're not affirming anything because their gender was never in doubt. So there's nothing to affirm.
That's not the case at all.
That is the case.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Hair restoration is a form of gender affirming care. Men who are balding and they restore their hairline, when they do perform surgeries on their knees so that they can look taller, all of those things are gender affirming. Gender affirming doesn't necessarily equate to your disbelief of being a certain gender. It's to strengthen your affirmation and comfortability in said gender and the traits that we associate with it. All of those things testosterone would do. That's the whole point of it. Testosterone is predominantly used by cisgender males, men. It's the whole point of it. Gender affirming care has predominantly been used by cisgender people. Cisgender people who never questioned what their gender was.
Right, there's no such thing as cisgender, but that's a different story. But either way.
Anyways, I need you to go ahead and substantiate, since you can't clearly tell what gender affirming care is, I need you to substantiate how giving them this testosterone is phenomenal and how that's going to have a positive impact on our Department of War.
Well, there's already been a study that proves that. That actually proves that. So
what study are you referencing?
The Johns Hopkins testosterone study.
What about the Johns Hopkins testosterone study?
So it actually proved that giving them testosterone will help their combat readiness.
Okay. So affirming their gender will help their combat readiness.
Well, you could frame it like that, but it doesn't make a difference.
Okay, cool. And their combat readiness to go out there and continue to kill children in the Middle East and be placed in positions where they can die? I don't know if that's a good thing for a war that we should have never been in to begin with.
Well, of course we should be in it.
No, I don't think we should. Not based off of a lie. This is not
a lie.
direct correlation, but it seems to have a lot of elements of Afghanistan all over again.
No, that's not true.
Yeah. We went in there based off of a lie. A war that wasn't supposed to last so long has now exceeded over the time frame that Pete Hegseth initially said. First it was 3 weeks.
Democrats.
In 3 weeks, he said it was completely obliterated. And then we still have no evidence whatsoever that their nuclear threats of ambition, according to Hegseth, it's not actual uranium enrichment. Nuclear threats of ambition has been substantiated by U.S. intelligence. So yes, all of it is a lie. You're more than welcome to prove me wrong, though.
Yeah, you've already been proven wrong.
You didn't. Can you give me a piece of evidence to support the claim that Iran was looking to build a nuclear weapon?
They were. I mean, you see it in the Ayatollah's latest speech. He actually said, we want to build a nuclear weapon, and when we do, we're going to drop it on 5 different
What speech was that?
in the U.S. It was Ayatollah's speech number 73.
Ayatollah speech number 73?
Yeah, they number them.
Okay, sure. Ayatollah speech number 73. Speech 73. Boom, boom,
But yeah,
boom.
the National Intelligence Agencies
Boom,
also
boom,
proved.
boom.
They also proved.
Where do you find this?
Nuclear weapon.
Where do you find this?
Like Internet Archives, you could find that.
Internet Archives?
Yeah.
Okay. I need you to pull it up for us and play it if you can.
I can't share my screen.
I don't need you to share your screen. I just need you to pull it up.
Well, how am I supposed to pull it up? I can't share my screen.
And you find the source, and then I can play it. That's what you do.
Yeah, I told you the source. I mean, I've seen it.
You just said Internet Archives. That's like saying CNN, right? I need a URL. I need a name of this article. I need a direct name that I can type in and go straight to it.
Yeah, it's called Ayatollah says he's going to drop nuclear bomb on 5 different states.
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Okay. Ayatollah says he's gonna
But also Tulsi Gabbard,
drop
when she was director of national intelligence,
nuclear
said they were just days away.
bomb on 5 states, you said?
Yeah.
Okay,
It might have been
cool.
like 6.
I'm going to double check this
six
again.
also.
I have currently in my search bar, Ayatollah says he's going to drop nuclear bomb on 5 states. That's what you said, correct?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Cool.
Also, Tulsi
Nope.
Gabbard testified.
Nothing.
Tulsi Gabbard.
No.
Tulsi-
There's no also. There's no also. There's no also. Let's go on your first thing.
What do you mean there's no
There
also?
is no numbered Ayatollah speech, first off. This Internet Archive that you're referencing, I'm not able to easily pull up. There's no citing of a threat of a nuclear bomb on 5 states whatsoever. So I don't know what you're talking about. Also,
Well, I listened to the
Tulsi
speech and he
Gabbard's
said that,
speech
so-
in her forward, which was read back to her, she substantiated the fact that they were not an immediate nuclear threat, and there was no evidence
She
to
said the
support that claim.
opposite. She said the opposite.
Okay.
She said the
Hey,
exact opposite.
so we're going to get into that claim. I just need you to concede on the first thing. You lied. There's no evidence whatsoever that this man was going to drop a bomb on 5 states.
No, there was.
Okay.
You
So
could concede,
I just
but
looked it up.
you don't
I
have
just
to
put
make
in
yourself-
every single keyword you told me to put in,
Yeah.
and it's not here. Doesn't exist. So you want to try again? Or you want to concede?
Yeah, you could concede on that point.
There's nothing
You're
to
just gonna make
concede. I
yourself
tried to
look-
support
you're
your
gonna make
claim.
yourself-
You couldn't substantiate your claim. I tried to do it for you. There's nothing there. So
That's okay. I mean,
no, it's not okay. You made a claim.
You could.
And if you can't
And I backed
substantiate
it up.
it, then you didn't back it up. You just said words. My guy, you don't understand that. You said words.
That backed it up.
No,
Yeah, that
words
backed
don't
it up.
back up a source, my guy.
Well, I cited
If
the
I
source,
said
and
Donald Trump is a pony and I seen it on Newsmax, those words don't substantiate the bullshit that came out of my mouth. Now, did it? I need sources. I need verifiable information.
the fact-
Something you've been unable to substantiate this entire
have
time.
been able
In
to.
fact, the things you've been saying are so just demonstrably false that I'm starting to
they're
think
not.
that you're a straight up troll, which makes sense because you got a dead guy as your
not
profile
at all.
picture. So
Well,
I
that's
really,
not-
really need you to concede. If not, we're just
Okay.
going to move on to the next point, and then you can get dog walked on that too.
Well, we can move on to the next point.
Cool.
but it's
I
fine.
need
You
the
weren't-
source
you were-
now because now I do know you have access to sharing your screen, at least through a screenshot. So you can absolutely show me the screenshot of Tulsi Gabbard saying that they were days away from a bomb and substantiating that with evidence. Cool?
Well, I don't have a second device, so I could turn on my camera. But
No.
I don't have a second device. So-
It's not about having a second device. TikTok has this green screen feature where you're able to put up screenshots. So you can go to Google as long as you don't stay over 5 minutes before coming back, and you can pull up your source. You can put it on the green screen, and bam, I'm debunked just like that. It's
Right.
super duper easy. So go do that.
Well, you already were, but
Sure.
I don't know how to use the green screen, and
Oh, I can
Whatever.
teach you. I can teach
So-
you. That's not a problem. Listen, I'm an educator.
it's all right.
I
It's-
love
it's-
teaching.
it's all
Oh,
right.
it's all right. Oh, you don't want me to show you how to prove your how to prove your source?
no, I just don't want to turn on. I don't want to turn on my camera.
Oh, I just don't want to turn. Oh, no. I didn't ask you to turn on your camera. I don't have to see your face. I quite frankly don't want to. You're probably hideous. What I need you to do is utilize the green screen option to prove your source. A screenshot of Tulsi Gabbard and the source that you're talking about that supports your claim that she said they were days away from a bomb and evidence that would substantiate it.
Right. Well, you already conceded on the first point.
No, I
I'm
did.
glad we cleared that up.
Anyway,
I'm
you
glad
want
we
you want to
cleared
show
that
us that source now? Or do
your
you want to
inability
continue
of
to prove the
finding-
point that you're a troll?
No.
Source or troll?
Your
Which one?
inability.
Source or troll?
No, I am a source.
Source or troll?
I've given you my source.
Source or troll?
No.
Aw. Debbie's in the chat too. I can't see your full username. Give me a second because I don't want to read it like that. Debbie's in the chat to Trans Decade Zombie for the $4.99 super chat. Fun fact, transphobes need to learn both men and women have testosterone and estrogen, just the levels vary per gender. Yeah. Imagine the average man on the GOP side finding out that they have estrogen in them.
I knew that already.
Crazy, absolutely crazy. Or even further, imagine the average man on the Republican side acknowledging the fact that too much testosterone can make you grow some saggy titties. And I hope every single person who starts taking extra testosterone in the Department of War grows some titties.
Okay.
6,000%.
Well, you're
Thank you so much
inability-
to Phoenix for the 1 month message of the allyship. Thank you for being a member. Poor troll can't even load a source. Yeah, imagine that. Imagine going from live to live, coming up and just arguing, I said it, so it's a source. Oh. So anyways, do you have that source now?
your inability to find
Okay,
it.
cool. Let's go ahead and do this in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8,
What? What do you want?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's what I thought. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. First page of Google debunks some of the nonsense that they spread around. But no, I don't want to look it up. I don't want to turn my camera on. You don't have to use your camera. Oh, well, I just don't want to do it. You can find it. Well, I did try to find it and I couldn't. Oh, well, then you're just bad. You conceded. What? Yeah, he was a troll. He wasn't a real person. You're the Guardian this week. Shout out to Jordan. Thank you so much for your gifts. Guys, if you click on my name in the top left corner and you scroll down to the B5, I believe, League B5 gift gallery, please feel free to knock out any of the grayed out gifts there. Super important that we try to do that or knock out as many as we can before the end of the week or the TikTok week, which is Sunday. And that is one of the ways you can support the platform. Knock out the 110 gift goes here to get us boosted out on the FYP. Please share out the live with your friends and family as well. Give it a good repost and add to your story. Obviously, hit that follow button in the top left corner if you have not already. And then the links in the bio are going to be the best ways to support the platform. Those of you on the YouTube side, hit the like button on the stream, subscribe, and turn on notification bells. And if you want to support the platform, super chat, super sticker, or consider becoming an ally. So I want to address the fact that Trump supporters, despite not actually looking at the evidence that Donald Trump's his own White House website put up themselves, that there was this mass amount of festival fraud, right? I want to acknowledge the fact that Trump supporters haven't acknowledged the fact that what they said and what Trump said, thank you, Gigi, for the hand hearts, is different from what they posted. What Trump said in his address to the nation last week in regards to festival fraud was different from what he actually posted on the White House website. And if you actually read the damn information, you would have known that. But let's go a step further, because this is one hell of a W. I'm not sure how many of you guys heard of this. I'm going to present it to you if you haven't already.
God bless you.
Jake Sherman is going viral. Thank you, Erica, for the swan. Shout out to you. Thank you for the swans for knocking out that in the gift gallery. Jake Sherman, one of those right-wing nuts, okay? He made a certain post. It was a statement posted by Mickey Sherrill in New Jersey. And Republicans are running around as if this is some monumental got you. This is our proof. This is our evidence. We finally have the evidence that we need to tell Democrats that they're rigging their election festivals, right? This is the proof. I'm going to put it up for you guys, and we're going to read it together. Because my good friend Jay sent this to me, and I got to laugh. And you're going to see why I laughed at the end of it. Let me get this up on the screen.
God bless
here.
you.
America. Thank you so much, Jordan, for knocking out the hat and mustaches in the gift gallery. Shout out to you. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate your support. So this is it. I'm going to crop it. Actually, no. I'm going to save the picture. I'm going to put it up. That's actually a better idea. Because TikTok is sensitive now when we share sources. If we don't cover up every single thing that is linked to another network, they're annoying. So I'm just going to actually put up the statement file. Is this it? Yeah, here we go. This is going to be great. Okay. Statement by Governor Mickey Sherrill.
God bless you.
Shout out to Erica for knocking out the slide coasters, WCU. Last week, I learned that a serious software error in New Jersey's motor vehicle system thank you, Jordan, for the corgis, led to the registration of roughly 6,600 people who indicated that they were not U.S. citizens between June 2023 and June 2024, almost 3 years prior to my taking office. These individuals answered no when asked on a keypad whether they were a U.S. citizen when applying for driver's licenses and identification cards. But through no fault of their own, the system registered them anyway. This happened under the previous administration, and upon learning this information, I immediately ordered my chief counsel to launch an investigation to get to the bottom of what occurred. I also ordered the removal of any residents from our voter rolls who were erroneously added between June 2023 and June 2024. The new MVC administrator that I appointed has begun the process of replacing the vendor responsible for administering the system. Our preliminary analysis shows fewer than 400 individuals who were newly registered for the first time because of the error voted. They were registered as Democrats, Republicans, and unaffiliated voters and were scattered across the state. I want to underscore how seriously I take this matter As a military veteran who swore an oath to defend our Constitution, and as a former federal prosecutor, I believe the integrity of our elections is fundamental to our democracy. I'm appalled by the reckless failures that allowed this to happen and the lack of transparency shown by those in charge at the time. This failure didn't occur under my watch, but accountability starts now. I am taking action to prevent anything like it from occurring in the future and make sure those responsible are held accountable. As the Trump administration tries to weaponize elections for political gain, I'm ensuring we protect our elections. Let me be clear. Donald Trump has zero credibility on the issue of election integrity. For more than 10 years, he has worked to undermine Americans' faith in our elections by spreading lies about legitimate election results, attempting to overturn a free and fair election, encouraging an attack on our Capitol when he couldn't accept the will of the voters, and defunding election security at the federal level. The difference is simple. When we find a problem, we don't hide it, deny it, or invent conspiracies. We investigate it, we fix it, and we tell the public. That's what accountability and good governance looks like, and that's exactly what my administration is doing. New Jerseyans should have confidence that every eligible citizen can vote, every lawful vote will be counted, and every reasonable step will be taken to protect the integrity of our elections. That's my responsibility, and it's one I will never stop fighting to withhold. Do you guys know why I think this is a fucking monumental W to the Democrats? This is why I think that statement right there was a monumental W to the Democrats. The Trump administration has been trying to allege this mass amount of a festival fraud for, like she said, a decade, and has been able to do fuck all. The Heritage Foundation did their best, and they found no more than, overall, 60-something undocumented migrants over the course of 40-something years, roughly 40 years, I want to say. And then here comes a Democratic governor who comes in after her election and clears everything. They acknowledge the error, they post it to the public, they purge the rolls, and they do everything in their power and continue to do everything in their power to make New Jersey elections safer. But Donald Trump can't give a shit. The New Jersey governor, in a couple of months, was able to show us that, and Donald Trump for a decade has given us fuck all. If anything, this supports the claim that if you want more secure festivals, vote Democrat. That's all this proves. That's all this proved. Not to mention, I guess it's different in Jersey, but there's many states where you don't have to be a citizen to get a license. So that's not really a big of a deal. I don't give a shit about the 6,600 people who said that they were but were not. Those weren't voters. It's the voters that was concerning, and that was less than 400. They've been purged. They're done. They're gone. Prosecutions will follow. Thank you so much, Shauna, for that hearts. I appreciate you. Prosecutions will follow. That is so much more than the Trump administration has been able to do in the over year and a half that he's been the president. W's to the Democrats. W's to the Democrats. This is not the flex that they think it is. I stand on that. This is not the flex that they think it is. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, and we call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. If you're a Trump supporter who regrets their vote, this live is a place for you to come up here and express all the reasons that made you get up off the MAGA plantation. Or if you are a Trump supporter who does not regret your vote, you think you even more vindicated that New Jersey has actually been able to substantiate what Donald Trump has been alleging in a way that Donald Trump has never alleged, you can request up in the box as well or call the number on screen, and I can give you several reasons as to why you're wrong. W for the D's. I'm telling you. It's the funniest thing to me when they think that this proves their point. I have yet to see millions of people that were undocumented migrants participating in 2020 that showed that the 81 million vote blowout, 8 million blowout, he got overall 81, 8 million blowout that Joe Biden got compared to Donald Trump was illegitimate. They still can't prove that. Literally. Host is fully indoctrinated. What am I indoctrinated by? You wanna get a little more mouthy? You wanna substantiate your claim? Video of him saying to leave family? Huh? What? What video is that? You were sent an invite, good sir. What video is that? If you're referencing how I told people in MAGA families to drop them, then yes. I firmly believe that if you are a person who is not a maggot and you have maggot family members who are continuing to violate your boundaries when it comes to not talking about elections, when it comes to speech about your rights, when it comes to all these different things and more, 6,000%, drop your fucking family members. Unapologetically, I'll say that. Drop your fucking family members. The people who look at Donald Trump and say that he in no way, shape, or form is a rapist, that he's not a felon, that you're just lost in the TDS sauce, fuck him. Fuck him. I learned a valuable lesson at a very young age. There's only so much arguing you can do with certain people. Sometimes the hardest lesson they can learn is your absence. Your absence can be the best lesson you can teach them. Consequences for upholding bigotry and fascism. That's what I think. So yes, 6,000%. If you have the means to, do not entertain people in your family member who continue to violate your boundaries and your rights and support that. Set your boundaries. My boundaries is I will not associate or align myself with bigots and people who literally vote against my rights, vote for harm on myself, my friends. Do you want another clip? Record that one too. Record that one too. Believe me, illegal immigrants don't have voting on their mind, more concerned about jobs and housing. Literally. Because even if one goes as far as to be able to participate in a festival, that doesn't change the fact that they can still get deported. That is literally putting them on the map. That's putting them on the radar. You guys think undocumented migrants are stupid. They're fucking not. If they come here because of whatever circumstances cause them to come here, they're not trying to be put on a list. Caller, on the line, did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
And do you regret your vote?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Why is that?
Yes, that's because I stand up for what I believe.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you believe?
Do you regret your vote?
Absolutely not.
Hold on. Did you vote for Kamala?
Yes, I did.
And what is your position now? Like, what do you consider yourself as?
I think every single day that goes by with the Trump administration in power, it validates all the reasons why I should be celebrating my vote still.
I asked you, I didn't ask you about a question about Trump. I'm asking you, what is your position? Are you a centralist? Are you a
I thought you asked me my
progressive?
position about my vote. That's what I thought you asked me my position about my vote. That's why I just answered that way.
Okay, are you a centralist? Are you a progressive? Are you a socialist?
I would argue I'm a progressive.
So if you're a progressive, then why'd you vote for a centralist?
Also, it's centrist. It's not a
centralist?
centralist.
Okay, well, whatever. Why'd you vote for a centralist?
Kamala Harris very much had progressive-leaning policies. That was indicated not only on the 2024 trail, but even more so in 2020. But to appeal to the broader demographic of Americans, specifically centrist and GOP individuals, we see candidates often center themselves. I'm not saying it was a good idea, but that's what she did.
Well, maybe if you actually,
I didn't touch anything. I didn't touch anything. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. I didn't touch anything. Oh, me.
Yo, can you debate my cousin? Yeah, my cousin did. Can you vote? Can you debate him? Or not my cousin, my twin brother. Can you debate him?
How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 19. He's 19 as well.
Year of birth.
Yeah, 06 to November 30th. Can you debate my cousin? No, I'm cousin, my twin brother. My fault.
Is your cousin MAGA and you're not?
No, my twin brother is. I'm not. He wanted to debate you.
Okay.
I got you. Alex, come here. Yo. What's going on?
Are you the twin brother?
Yeah.
You low-key sound like the same fucking kid.
No, I don't.
You do. Yeah, cousin brother is wild. Yeah, your twin brother said cousin, and then he switched it to brother, and now your voice is the same.
Well, he's low key. He's low key like tweaking. Then he's low key tweaking.
Oh, he's low key tweaking.
Yeah, he's low key tweaking.
Yeah. What are the voices in your head telling you right now?
Go get Del Taco and go get some food. 'Cause I'm hungry.
You should listen. You should listen. Trump supporters requested for the box. You're the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. What was the point of that? If you're a maggot, just say you're a maggot and make your argument. Nick, bro tried to cosplay as a whole nother. Bro tried to cosplay as a lib and then get himself as a maggot. Oh my god. Wow, that was odd. That was odd. Okay. Okay. That's like a real life backup account in real time. Do you guys think he had like a mirror in front of him on the panel? Do you think he just did a quick, hey, what's up, Omega? You think that's all he did? To switch personalities? Jesus, man, I hate it here. I hate it here so much every single day. Guys, continue to double tap the screen. Continue to double tap the screen. Show the algorithm that you want to be here.
Call from
Samuel.
Calling you on the line. Did you vote for Trump?
Hi, nice channel you have. Yes, I did. And I have a question to ask.
Sure. Once you answer my last one, do you regret your vote?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
You do. What is your question?
So we have an election to flip this upcoming. And to be frank, currently we're dealing with the worst president that we ever had to deal with. What's your plan to flip the election? Besides by voting.
What's my plan? Besides voting?
Yeah. You know how people like have their own way of life of living, proven by their background, that's known by everyone? Like, there's nothing that one can really hide from, like, in the eyes of God. That's like the way I see the life. And I was just wondering, watching your channel, like, what's your actual plan to flip the election? Because I'm fighting so hard to flip the election in this upcoming November. I put my soul and life. That's how I actually feel.
Okay.
I just wanted to ask that question.
Education, voter registration, increased media presence, focusing on the issues that most Americans can agree on. I think those would all be examples of what the Democrats and myself would be doing to increase voter turnout to flip these seats.
Okay. Thank you for your answer. That's very sweet of you. Thank you for doing that. And my next and last question would be that do you see a need to convert Republicans to be Democrats at this point of time?
I don't actually give a shit about conversion. When I host these lives and I talk to Republicans, I don't intend to make them Democrats or make them liberal. I think in many cases that's impossible. I just try to appeal to their alleged common sense policy rhetoric, to their alleged fiscal responsibility burdens, law and order burdens. I'll point out the fact that Donald Trump has been a reckless spender and has contributed the most to our national debt. Just in his first term alone, I'll talk about the fact of all the ways that he has violated the law, enabled his appointees to violate the law, and is obstructing justice for victims and other individuals. So it's more so just going, you think you believe this, but you voted for this, now what? Right. In terms of flipping people, that's a personal issue. I actually don't give a shit if bigots vote Democrat, if they think they're better on the economy. You can figure out on your own time. I'm about
Sorry
the
for
voting.
cutting you off. I think really, excuse me for cutting you off. I really did that. Thank you for letting me do so. I think that no one should be feeling obliged to convert because everyone has freedom to choose their own party. And I think that what you're doing is really good.
Yeah, well party is different from ideology.
I'd like to share more stuff, but like that's all I want to really share right now.
You can have a certain ideology.
I appreciate your time.
You can be conservative, but then you'd still vote another way because they're the better option.
Right.
It's a separate conversation about deconstructing whatever shit that people believe. I can do that with people, but I'm more so here just to talk about the politics of it. Any case, what made you regret your vote for Trump?
Well, I actually voted Trump because I was a bit nuts. I was thinking that Camilla was going to win.
Kamala.
And I know I sound like really petty right now saying this, but sincerely, I thought that Kamala was gonna win.
Kamala.
I sort of like, yeah, I don't want to call myself a spy or anything, but I do like Democratic Party. I live in New Jersey, and I do regret. There's nothing that I can say for what I've done in the past, but I believe that there's a good future.
Wait, you only voted for Trump because you thought Kamala was gonna win?
Correct.
Did you want Kamala to win?
Correct. And I think that the way she looks, I think everything happens for a reason.
You took time out of your day in 2024 and voted for a man whose policies and positions you were opposed to.
God bless you.
Just because you think Kamala Harris had it in the bag.
No, I think that Trump was necessary to be voted to expose every corruption that U.S. is dealing at the moment. That's the way
Fucking moron. Fucking morons. Absolute fucking morons. What? That doesn't make an ounce of fucking sense. I want Kamala to win, but I need Trump to win to expose her. Listen, I've heard that argument made recently. Well, these accelerationists and other clowns. Oh, we needed Trump to expose the corruption. We knew the fucking corruption. We screamed the corruption the entire campaign trail of 2024. What?
Call from.
Calling on the line, did you vote for Trump?
I did not.
You did not?
No, but I didn't vote for Kamala either.
You didn't vote for anyone.
That's right.
Why should I engage in a conversation with you?
I'll just let you know that, I don't know. You don't have to hang up now if you'd like.
What is the point of you calling in?
Just
Let me
let
guess.
you know that,
Let me guess. You're a non-voter who didn't vote for either side because you think voting doesn't matter. And if I ask you the three branches of government, you won't know them. And if I ask you who your representative is, you won't know them. Right? Does that sound accurate?
I don't know. You tell me. Does that sound accurate to you?
I'm asking you a question. Does that sound accurate?
I think that what you said is correct, and that's a great position to stay.
Great. Go to. So you're correct. I was correct in my assertion that you're a fucking moron. And that you're a person who doesn't participate in voting because you don't know shit about voting and you don't understand the significance of our election processes. So for some reason, can you tell me why you're trying to call in to have a whole discussion with me about you spreading your nonsense and ignorance versus actually educating yourself on the processes and their impact specifically on marginalized communities? Can you tell me why you don't spend your time doing that versus calling in numbers on YouTube streams to express how fucking stupid you are?
Sure. Oh, wow. That vulgar language, is that what you've been shown? Is that what politics do to you? Turning that kind of human being that doesn't.
Nah, I'm just cutthroat. I don't pull punches on stupidity. I think it's okay to call people stupid. I think we've normalized it. I think we need to aggressively push back against the ignorance that caused Donald Trump to win the 2024 election. And since you're a man and you're like tougher, right? You're not a snowflake, I'm assuming, because you're a man. Because you're not a snowflake, I can speak to you to this degree because you're not going to cry in a corner about it, right?
In the past 20 years, nothing. It's in vain, dude. Like everything's in vain here.
Everything's in vain. So if everything's in vain, you can find a cliff and do a backflip. I don't know what the fuck else to tell you, but I think shit matters and you should probably participate. How about that? In Minecraft, every 4 years somebody wins. Every 2 years this party wins. This legislation gets voted on, this thing gets passed. In a couple years we start to see the impact on communities, infrastructure, healthcare, immigration, so on, so forth. And you guys will still call into these streams day in, day out, talking about how much voting doesn't matter. I have a very different opinion on non-voters now, because the majority of you guys, specifically the ones who call into the stream, there's a non-voters who sit in the comments and listen because they actually want to learn. They're considering voting in November. Then there's the ones of you who do call in. You guys don't want to learn a goddamn thing. You don't express wanting to learn. It's one thing if you guys said, hey, I didn't vote. I kind of think this doesn't matter, but it seems like everyone's gung-ho about it. Like, can you give me a reason to vote or blah, blah, blah. That's a different conversation. And you'd get a very different response from me. But to you wannabe debate bros to talk about how nothing fucking matters, then go act like it doesn't matter. Find you a hole, dig it, get buried. I don't know what the fuck else to tell you. And that's not me telling you to go and unalive. I'm just saying, be consistent with your line of logic. Be consistent with your line of logic. Y'all just want to yap and you want to be heard. You want to be heard. Listen, I blame Erica, okay? I blame Erica. Erica was trying to prove a point yesterday. Let this dude for 5 minutes go on. It was a very great point. And after that, I said, that's enough patience for me. Carly on the line, did you vote for Trump?
I absolutely voted for Trump, yeah.
And do you regret your vote?
Nope.
Why is that?
I support what he's doing in Iran. I think that them not stopping them from pursuing more and more advanced ballistic missiles, destroying their drone factory facilities.
Donald Trump doesn't care about them having ballistic missiles. He literally said, who are we to tell them that they can't have them?
No, yeah, he can have them, but they can have them. But I'm saying that they don't want the ones that are real long range, like the ones like ones that can hit Europe and stuff. I don't care.
That's what a ballistic
Iran has ballistic
missile is. And again, Donald Trump doesn't care about that. The whole reason why we landed there or struck them on February 28th of this year is because of their, quoting the Hexeth, threats of nuclear ambition. That's the basis of it.
They always wanted nuclear weapons.
There was no evidence to support that claim.
Yeah, in fact, the Deputy Speaker, Ali Motahari, he said that the goal of Iran was to always get a nuclear weapon. This was him himself, the former Deputy Speaker of the Iranian Parliament.
Yeah, goal is different from their actual proximity to completing said goal. That's the difference.
I didn't say it was completed. I'm not saying that I'm saying that
according to the Trump administration, they were weeks away. That's why we struck them with Operation, what was it, Warhammer, over the summer.
Well, what was the intelligence?
Last year.
Was this Israeli intelligence?
Yeah. Israeli intelligence always says that they are weeks away, and they never actually prove it. U.S. intelligence, some from last year, up to now, still hasn't substantiated that claim.
Well, what was the nuclear enrichment? Was it talking about the bomb, the missile, the actual bomb itself, or the enrichment?
They said they're away from a bomb.
And the centrifuges too. That was another problem. They had,
yes.
I think they had R8 centrifuges.
Our last report showed that they had 60% enriched uranium, and that was from 2021. So their ability to build a bomb, if they wanted to, could have been achieved well under the Biden administration. In fact, it could have been achieved a year after the Trump administration pulled us out of the JCPOA.
Well, you said they could have had it completed under the Biden administration. I don't think so. I think Israel would have hit them.
Do you know how long it takes to go from 60% enriched uranium to 90%?
No, I don't know how. I'm not a nuclear expert.
Weeks, maximum months.
Okay.
It's been
and another goal of the military was
4 years if we're counting 2025, 5 years if we're counting this year. They would have had 4 entire years that they could have built that nuke and utilize it against the United States, or at least use it for their security, which is the main reason why they would have won it now, so we can't bully them around, and they didn't.
Well, in order to hit the United States, you need an intercontinental ballistic missiles. I don't think they could have gotten that quick.
Well, I'm sorry, what?
I said, in order to hit the United States from Iran, you need intercontinental ballistic missiles. They don't have that kind of technology, but they want to get it.
I'm sorry.
What happened?
I don't think you're understanding that the United States, the Trump administration has been saying that they could do this, and they could do this, and there's evidence of this. So you can sit here and say what they need and them not having the infrastructure that would only support my argument, that would only support the Democrats' argument, that there was no reason for us to start the war with them that we did.
Yeah, but the war is not just over the nuclear stuff.
Yes, quite literally predominantly is, or at least that's the one cited to the media. The arguments about oil or Israel's appeasement or anything else, or the fight back against China, is separate. What they're telling Americans day in, day out, the entire argument has been based on the fact that we can't let the country screaming death to America be a nuclear power.
Yeah, we can't let them be a nuclear power. That's true.
They weren't.
Well, you would have to need your head examined if you want Iran to be a nuclear power.
I mean, I don't care if they were, actually.
I mean, well, I mean, leftists don't care, but, Christians and Jews care, and we don't want Iran to have nuclear weapons.
Yeah, Christians and Jews care, and some Christians and I don't know, Zionists care, because then they can't bully them around. They can't push them around if they had it. It's the whole basis of them having a nuclear weapon, which, again, they did not try to achieve in the 4 years that they were capable of doing so.
Well, I don't know what in between those 4 years. I don't know if Israel was deterring them with cyber warfare. I don't have no idea what they were doing in those 4 years. Maybe they didn't.
Well, according to you guys, under Biden, he let the problem rage on. He allowed them to enrich it past 60%, which we have no evidence of, by the way.
I don't know about that. What about the proxies, the other proxies? Like Hamas, they're completely cooked. So I don't even think Iran even deals with them anymore.
No, they're not.
Hamas is almost. I think they're like severely crippled.
Yeah, I don't know what crippled has to do with anything. I think there's 70,000 dead Palestinians, mostly women and children, with no association with Hamas, that are gone under the guise of protecting Israel. I'm more focused on that and the complete lack of surgical responses to the October 7th attacks.
So wait, so you said the 70,000. How many of the
over 70,000?
Well, Hamas claims it was 72,000. That's their number.
It's not Hamas. It is independent watchdogs, Palestinian groups, and even American intelligence to some degree, and journalists that substantiate that number.
Okay, how many of those out of those 70-something, over 70-something,000, was Hamas, Mujahideen brigades, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, collaborators of Hamas?
You tell me. How much has Israel said were Hamas?
Israel claims they killed 25 to 30,000 Hamas combatants.
Oh, do they? What claim is that?
That's what they say. That's what they claim.
Okay. This is the same Israel that claims Iran's going to have a nuke. This is the same Israel that claims sovereignty over a land that wasn't theirs. Those Zionists, that same Israel, the same one that's so deeply involved in our elections that we can't get a single official to say the word genocide. That Israel?
Yeah, because
you're believing their intelligence?
Yeah, because it's not a genocide.
What is the definition of a genocide?
Do you really think that Israel can't genocide the entire Gaza Strip? Huh?
What is the definition of a genocide?
Genocide, you need special intent.
Special intent? What do you mean special intent?
So you need to show intent of genocide.
Thank you guys for hitting 100,000 likes. Oh my God.
Oh, sorry. So genocide, you have to prove intent that you want to genocide the Gaza people because they're Gazans. Like, hey, we need to genocide them, or some sort of document, like Hitler had the final solution, or something like that, or some sort of policy.
And what was Hitler's goal?
Hitler's goal was to eliminate the Jews.
And Zionist goal is literally to eradicate all Palestinians in the region so they can have a homeland for themselves. And they're literally using Hamas as a scapegoat to kill them. People they don't even recognize as Palestinians.
No,
you have little people arguing that there's no such thing as Palestinians. There's no such thing as Palestine.
Well, I don't know about all that. I'm just saying that they started the war first.
U.S. officials and Israeli ambassadors cite that.
Well, what they're saying is that most of that land is most of the Palestinians are Arabs. They're different groups of people. They're Arabs. They're Egyptians. Some of them are from Syria. They're not like an ethnic group.
W's in the chat to Taylor for the $3 Venmo. Find a clip and do a backflip is what I'm gonna start telling people. Yeah, you probably have better luck saying that in public. Meanwhile, I can get flagged on here. I really need to chill on saying that shit. W's in the chat to you, Taylor. Thank you so much. Guys, best way to support the platform is going to be the links in the bio. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Hector Talks with 2 R's on Cash App and Venmo. PayPal, Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you're over on the Tube side, you may send a super chat or a super sticker. Back to you. I don't know.
God bless you.
What?
What should Trump do? What should Trump do? And now that we in this current situation, what should Trump do?
What do you mean? What should Trump do? What are you talking about? Iran?
Yeah, with the Strait of Hormuz. Like, what should Trump do?
What he should do is pull the fuck out. What he should do is tell Congress to pull back on the bill where they're trying to get another $80 billion to go towards funding this war until 2027. What he should do is return to the diplomatic route and restitution to the Iranian people and presidency.
Okay, and what if Iran says we don't care if the United States pull out, we're going to keep their ships blockaded and we're going to let the other ships
Iran has not in any way, shape, or form indicated that they would not care about restitution. The whole reason we got to the MOU is because they were willing to come to the table. They were willing to come to the table before we struck them because we met with them 2 days prior. Iran is not the problem. Iran and wanting to make a deal and wanting to have some diplomatic relations with the United States has always been on the table.
Well, no, Iran, when they make deals, they want everything in their favor. They don't want to make any concessions to the United States.
That is wrong.
There's
plenty of concessions that they made in the JCPOA. There was a slight one or two, mostly not. Trump conceded like hell with the memorandum of understanding.
So the JCPOA, right? The JCPOA, in that bill, it was sanction relief for Iran, right? Correct? Like it was permanent sanction relief or something like that.
Permanent for the duration of the JCPOA, at least for 10 years.
Yeah, and then they said after 10 years, they can have unlimited enrichment, nuclear enrichment.
No.
That's not true.
Point of the deal and negotiating for 10 years is so that another administration later on down the road can continue to negotiate it. It's like a trial. Hey, let's see how this goes. If it works well, let's get it done again.
Wait, let me see. What's the thing about what does the bill say about nuclear enrichment and ballistic missiles?
The JCPOA, we didn't care about the ballistic missiles. It was solely about the uranium enrichment. They couldn't go above 3.67%.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I know that. I'm saying like when after the JCPOA, how long did it say that they can enrich once the JCPOA ends?
I don't think you heard what I said. Otherwise, you wouldn't have responded with that. It was negotiated specifically the uranium enrichment requirement for 10 years. So up until 2025, or was it 2026? 2025 or 2026. And then it was meant to be renegotiated afterwards.
So after 2026, it was supposed to be renegotiated.
Yeah.
So in other words, when it ended, then they would, if it wasn't renegotiated, they would start enriching, right?
They would be allowed to, yeah. No, that's the whole point of continuing.
Yeah, and so
why do you think
that they wanted
continuing to lead with diplomacy, continuing to have a healthy relationship with the region so that they don't become a nuclear power that we keep falsely alleging they intend to wipe us off the map?
So they do want a nuclear weapon, right? Unless we make some sort of deal.
I'm sure everyone wants a nuclear weapon so they can be a superpower. I don't know what your argument is. Go ahead, Erica.
Yeah.
Andrew, you slimy son of a gun. Anywho, I wanted to just correct something really quick and also ask a few questions about what a genocide is. That's when I requested up. Hi, Hector.
What up?
The enrichment rule, that ban on the 3.67 enrichment was actually supposed to end in January of 2031. It was 15 years after the deal was enacted. So it was January of 2031 is when it was supposed to end before they could start enriching their uranium again. And,
Is this
that
called the
was for
sunset
the
clause?
enrichment. That was the enrichment levels and also the amount of uranium that they would be able to possess, because we know we kept it down to 300 kilograms. They would have been able to exceed it after 2031. So all Donald Trump had to
God
do
bless
was
you.
make a deal with
Thank you,
the
Nina.
Iranians because he's the great deal maker. So with
Wait,
that
so
being
I
said,
want
I have a
to,
question.
yeah, I want to see. So what I'm reading here, it says that after, this is from the United States Senate, it says after 8 to 10 years, is phased lifting of limitations on centrifuge research, development, and manufacturing.
Okay. What does it say anything about their the cap on the uranium enrichment levels and the stockpile limits?
God bless you.
You want to keep reading?
Let me go to it. I'm sorry. Yeah, what does it say about the stockpiles of like uranium?
2031. That's when it was supposed to
2031.
end.
That's correct. U-235.
So in 2031, they have, the United States have
You
to
keep saying
renegotiate.
it like it's going to change.
And
You
if
don't
we
wait
don't
till something
renegotiate,
ends to renegotiate it. You don't wait till something ends to renegotiate it. You what you do is that you negotiate while it's in place so the deal continues on. Just like the United States and Israel right now are negotiating their continuing memorandum of understanding that they've had in place, just like they're doing. So there's that. You don't wait till a deal is over in order to renegotiate. You sit down at the table before it expires to work out the terms so that it can continue, especially if it has proved beneficial to both parties. And the JCPOA up until May of 2018 was proving beneficial for both parties, all parties involved, the United States of America, and also for Iran and the other countries involved.
but the issue with the JCPOA was the ginormous amounts of money. Like even the Gulf states, like Saudi Arabia, none of the Gulf states, Israel, everybody tried to lobby against this thing.
There's
and
no
it still
ginormous
passed
amount
somehow.
of money under the JCPOA. Let's talk about $300 billion. I think that's a ginormous amount of money that the United States
Yeah,
and $24 billion.
Yeah.
And what did it say about the ballistic missile
Which
program?
one's more
anything
money?
about that?
Which one's more money? 1.7 billion or 324 billion?
What's more? I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
1.7 billion is significantly, astronomically less than $324 billion, which was the initial agreement under the MOU. Not U.S. money specifically with the 300 billion, or at least allegedly, but we were going to facilitate the investment fund of $300 billion to go towards Iran.
Yeah, I didn't like that. That was terrible. I don't like the MOU.
Yeah. So the MOU failed. The JCPOA paid 1.7 billion, most of that being interest because of the 40-year failed deal. And you think that that's bad?
No, I think both deals are bad. I think the MOU is bad. I think the JCPOA
Can
is
you
bad.
substantiate what's bad about the JCPOA?
Yeah, I don't like giving them any kind of sanction relief, and it doesn't address the ballistic missiles.
You don't have to address the ballistic missiles was never a threat or an issue. They've only ever used it in defense. And the sanctions relief was specifically so that they could invest more money into their citizens. It was their money. We were lifting sanctions on their money.
Wait, you said it was only for defense. Then how come during October 7th, when Hamas attacked Israel and Hezbollah, why did Iran send drones and missiles?
What do you mean they sent drones and missiles?
They sent drones and missiles towards Israel
They
during
sent.
October 7th.
You mean they
Yeah.
Are you saying that Iran attacked
Along with Hezbollah.
Israel
Yeah, and
alongside Hamas on October 7th?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can literally say I'm unaware of that. I will substantiate that claim.
Do you know about October 7th? October 7th.
No shit, Sherlock. I know about October 7th. It's the correlation that you're making with Iran and their ballistic missiles.
Yeah, they will fund terrorism, and then you will respond, and then they'll go, oh well, we're being attacked, guys. We're launching missiles at Israel in defense. So they attack the proxies because the proxies are supported by Iran itself. And then
No, you're wrong. We can look over the dates here. There was an exchange last month. We can go back before then. Let's go under Biden. There was October 2024. Again, all of these were in response to attacks. Let's do October 7th.
Also, when you two are finished with this, I just have a question for him because he keeps asking about ballistic missiles. So I just have a question for him about it.
Yeah, I would be correct. No, there was no attack on Israel by Iran with ballistic missiles. That came afterwards, April and October. That was in response to Israel's attacks against them and the claims of their them harboring Hamas. That's not true.
That's not a justification. Then if Iran is doing that, oh, we're doing this in response to Israel. Iran
in response
is
to Israel's aggressions against the region, in response to Israel unjustly killing their civilians, yes, they responded to their attacks long after October 7th, when Israel continued to blow them up. W's in the chat to Wesley for the $5 super chat. He said you have to prove intent for genocide. Did white European settler genocide indigenous peoples? Legitimately dumbest argument ever. Much love. Yes, we are aware of the deliberate word in the definition of genocide. But if you can acknowledge the genocide, or if it's been pointing out what you're doing is a genocide, and you deliberately continue to do it, then you're acknowledging and you're intentionally genociding people. That was in the chat to you, Wesley. I appreciate your support.
Then how come Israel didn't just nuke the entire Gaza Strip?
Because then that would have put the entire world against
them. The entire world is already against them. What are you talking about?
No. This is a really stupid argument. They're literally hiding behind the guise of diplomacy and laws, under the guise of taking out a terrorist threat. That is what gives them literally the protection that they have, or the media coverage that they have, to say that they're in the right. If they just straight up nuke the entire goddamn region, that is literally when the United States would be able to get involved, or pull funding, or put on sanctions, or warrant other countries to directly attack Israel. That would be fucking stupid.
So they're doing it under the guise of, you said they're doing it under the guise of following international law, right? So if that's so, you're saying that, oh, if we nuke and
not
kill
necessarily
everybody,
following them, because they're not responsible to do so, because they're not a part of the Rome Statute, but they still have to tread carefully.
Yeah, but how are they sure?
If there's bold and blatant evidence of what they were doing, like undeniable, without all this what's the word I'm looking for, litigation about defense and everything else, there would be no defense whatsoever they can give to the strikes.
Yeah, but 90% of the buildings in Gaza is destroyed. About 80 to 90% of the buildings.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Yeah, so
they've done it all under the guise of attacking Hamas.
Okay, so
with the backing of the United States, the strongest military power in the world.
Okay, so why didn't the rest of the world sanction Israel?
What?
Why didn't Europe or the United States, if it's a genocide like everybody claims, and they're just trying to murder and genocide the Palestinians, because you said it's a genocide.
There are literally warrants out for Benjamin Netanyahu's arrest in several countries that he hasn't been to since October the 7th. Other countries very much have responded. I'm not sure about sanctions specifically, but they have responded to the attack. What are you talking about?
You said that they're hiding behind the guise of fighting terrorists. The international community is saying this is a genocide. If the international community is saying this is
The
a
International
genocide,
Criminal Court does not have the authority to go into Israel and touch Bibi Netanyahu. One would argue they do now, since Trump is picking up people in Venezuela. The only way that Israel or the United States would be responsible for enforcing the International Criminal Court's laws is if they were a part of the Rome Statute. They're not.
Okay, so if you believe that
I don't give a fuck about none of
Netanyahu
this. Your president supports Netanyahu. He supports the genocide, and we're quite literally robbing Americans. We're trying to allocate even more funding, billions of dollars, towards ramping up the war, despite no evidence of them having nuclear bomb plans, trying to threaten us, or that we're going to be in this in any small amount of time. We lied about it being a week, then 2, then 3. Now we're going into 5 months. Why do you support the war in Iran when it was all built off of a lie?
I don't think it was built off of a lie.
It literally was.
Andrew, what question did you have about ballistic missiles?
I'm sorry?
What question did you have about ballistic missiles?
No, I'm saying I don't want them to have it. I don't want Iran to have advanced ballistic missiles. Do you?
Why not?
You want them to have things like ICBMs and intermediate ballistic missiles?
I think they should have it for their self-defense. Matter of fact, I agree with Donald Trump on that one. I would say that's one thing I agree with him, that they should have it for their own self-defense. You don't agree with Trump on that?
Not no intercontinental ballistic missiles, no.
But Trump thinks that they should have ballistic missiles for their own self-defense, though. You do know this.
And he never specified the kind, so let's not do this.
He never specified what kind to have. So there's that part. Also, even within the memorandum of understanding that Trump signed and the president of Iran signed, all right, guess what? They never specified what type of missiles Iran could and couldn't have. So obviously, we're just going to go under the umbrella of that Iran can, in fact, have ballistic missiles, and Donald Trump is okay with that. Because I do just want to play it for the class, just in case Andrew, all right, doesn't remember.
I'm saying that if other countries have them, it's a little bit unfair for them not to have some. But back home.
Boom. What's that? Why would your president say that?
Yeah. I'm not against Iran having ballistic missiles. What I'm against is Iran having long-range, intermediate, or ICBMs. That's what I'm against.
But the thing is your president doesn't even make the distinction of what kind of missiles they can and can't have. He says simply that they can have them for their self-defense. So there's that part.
I think he should have clarified. I think he should clarify. I think he should be like, okay, they keep their ballistic missiles under 2,000 kilometers.
No, he doesn't need to clarify. He clarifies things that he wants to clarify. Otherwise, he says what he says and he means what he means. So I don't know why we're doing this whole rigmarole here.
No, I think he should have clarified. I think that's what I think. I think he should have clarified on what kind of ballistic missiles.
I don't care what you think. If Donald Trump wanted to clarify on what he meant, he would have done so. When he said they can have ballistic missiles, he meant they could have ballistic missiles. Your terminology for specifics and their range is irrelevant to the conversation. The President of the United States in the negotiation table, and the last one that we had, which was the MOU, nothing about long-range ballistic missiles were included. So I don't care what you think. It's irrelevant.
Yeah, well, that's why I don't like
the war in Iran was based on a lie. Unless you would like to give us some evidence that United States intelligence hasn't, that they were an imminent threat.
They're an imminent threat to the people. Okay, what about funding sleeper cells in your country?
No. I ask you to provide evidence of them being an imminent threat to the United States. Nuclear threat, specifically.
They're not a nuclear threat. They're not a nuclear threat because we're stopping them from being a nuclear threat.
Before the summer of last year, when we said they were, so that we can blow up their bases, that's what I'm asking. Or even afterwards, when our intelligence doubled down on the fact, including Tulsi Gabbard, our counterintelligence director, Joe Kent, all of these people went on and said they weren't.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter because you guys think they should have intercontinental missiles.
Yeah, so
anyway,
there is no evidence. That's what you're saying. So I don't know why you just pivoted so fucking
No,
hard.
they don't have. Of
There
course, they
is
don't
no
have. They don't have
evidence.
those long range.
So then Donald Trump
true. They don't have those
lied to the
long-range
American people after running off of my guy. You keep talking about missiles. We're talking about nuclear uranium enrichment for a nuclear bomb. Missiles was never a point of contention, or at least initially it was. It was touted around. J.D. Vance tried to flex his muscle and say, "We want your missiles gone too." And then they dropped that because they realized how stupid it is and impossible that was to open up with on negotiation floor.
Yeah. So what's their nuclear enrichment at right now?
What?
I said, what is their nuclear enrichment at right now?
God bless you.
Based off the last reports that we had from them, it was 60%.
God bless you.
Thank you, Yarn, for the goat. I appreciate you. What is your point?
So from what we know of right now is that
what is your point
right now?
What is your point?
I think that us destroying their nuclear enrichment facilities is a good thing.
Thank you so much, Andy. W's in the chat to you. I appreciate your support. Here's the point that you keep fucking missing. We didn't have to. We didn't have to. We didn't have to blow up anything. We didn't have to waste $30 billion in the region. We didn't have to deplete our military by 55%. We did not have to start this war to have the Strait of Hormuz closed, which has directly led to the increase of gas prices across the region, to hit the high of $126 a barrel a couple months ago, excuse me. None of that had to happen if we continued to negotiate with them, something a Democratic president was able to do before then. If you actually want the war in Iran to end, if you actually want them not to have their nuclear capabilities, if you want them to stop enriching their uranium and have some kind of line when it comes to ballistic missiles, you should have supported the Democratic president. Specifically, Joe Biden, who was the vice president of Barack Obama when they negotiated the JCPOA, and then Kamala Harris under her, who wanted to run off of the same platform, which is diplomatic relations with Iran.
Okay, so why don't they do this then? Why don't they say, we'll give you all this stuff, just give up their funding of the proxies? Why didn't they want to get that up? Why didn't Iran want to get that up?
Oh my God. The United States is the #1 sponsor of terrorism in the world.
How so?
How so? Okay. The United States literally funds groups that are against our Western values. That's literally, in part, what started this entire fucking mess in Iran. The United States is the one who plants assets into regions to destabilize their regions. I don't need to go over all the countries with you. The United States is the #1 sponsor of global destabilization. So you giving me this funding their proxy shit is irrelevant to me. I don't care.
So was Obama a terrorist?
Obama participated in American imperialism.
So he was a terrorist then?
I think Obama could have been held up on war crimes. Could have. I don't know what's the relevance of your point.
Yeah.
Obama's not in the Oval Office right now. Obama didn't start a war with Iran.
You said under a Democratic president, we wouldn't go through all this stuff.
You're correct. With Iran, you fucking backbreaking pivoter. We're talking about Iran. Iran is the immediate threat that the Trump administration said they were. Iran is the place that we dropped a bunch of bombs on. Iran is the current imminent threat and the #1 sponsor of terrorism that the United States is trying to eradicate. We're talking about Trump and Iran. Stay on topic, my guy.
Yeah, I'll stay on topic.
How does this war benefit you in any way? We're about to get, they're about to get additional $80-something billion with no clear objective or restrictions on how they're to engage with Iran in the Middle East, especially after they blew up a school with over 160-something Iranian school children in there. How do you justify that?
Well, we're trying to open back up. They're trying to open back up the Strait of Hormuz right now.
The Strait of Hormuz that if we had pulled out of, if we pulled out the region, if we stayed on the negotiating table, would have been opened, even under the MOU, that Strait of Hormuz?
Yeah, but you said the
it
MOU
literally was opened. And what
$300
happened? What happened the last time that they opened it? What happened?
What happened at what?
What happened the last time they opened it? I'm talking about after February the 28th. What happened the last time they opened the strait?
There were still ships being attacked in the strait.
No.
Even though they said it was open.
They opened up the strait. They completely opened up the strait. It lasted probably, no more than 2 days? Specifically because of Israel's attacks on Lebanon. And then the U.S. alleging that they did this, and then the blockade returning, and then Iran going, fuck it.
No, Hezbollah attacked and launched a drone and missiles during the MOU. They launched drones and missiles into Israel. Israel retaliated, and then Iran closed the strait again.
None of this shit is substantiated. None of this shit is true.
Yes, it is.
This is what the United States keeps saying, and Iran stands on what they didn't fucking do. And then Israel going, yep, they did it. God, you're a fucking Israel dick sucker. This is fucking horrible. Every single damn thing you're saying is straight out of Netanyahu's mouth. You have the boot so far down your goddamn throat that you're willing to justify the deaths of 17. Is it 18 now, Erica? Or
it's
17?
18.
Thank you. 18 U.S. service members who are dead. Americans at the pump, at the grocery stores, suffering because of the high inflation that we saw increase compared to the end of Biden's term. It's Iran's fault?
Are you?
I'm sorry. How is it Iran's fault? What did Iran do on the 28th of February?
You said this.
What did Iran do on the 28th of February? What did Iran do?
I don't know what they did.
Nothing. They sat there as they were anticipating a follow-up meeting to the 26th to continue negotiations. And then we blew them up. So don't sit here and fucking talk to me about what Iran did and this being Iran's fault. No, it's not. If they were looking to negotiate and we said no, and then Donald Trump got his old ass up on the podium late that night and said, we've been planning this for months, how is that Iran's fault?
It's Iran's fault because they don't want to tell their proxies to back up.
I don't care.
Yeah, he'll make you wrinkled.
I don't care. You people are warmongers. You guys are literal warmongers. And for all the folks who can look back now and say Bush fucked us over, I find it interesting how we're repeating history to some degree, and you guys make excuses for that too. I always go back and I go, how the fuck did we end up in that 20-year war? How did that possibly happen? Now I know. People like him. That's how we got there. Continue to double tap the screens, get the likes up to 200K and beyond. Show the algorithm to be here. Who's this fucking person?
Call from.
Calling on the line. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did. I just called you with my phone call. My phone accidentally died.
Do you regret your vote?
No, I absolutely do not regret my vote.
I don't remember your reason
for why. I voted. Go ahead.
I don't remember your reason for why.
The reason why I don't regret the vote because I voted for the first time actually ever for Trump in 2024.
Yikes.
It's not really yikes if you kind of understand my mindset, but it's okay. My question is, do you regret your vote?
So you didn't answer mine. I just want to be clear. You said I don't regret my vote because I voted for the first time in 2024. How is that a sufficient answer to my question?
Because that's my first time I voted. Didn't feel like I needed to vote. I felt like my vote was always...
Hey, let's try this again, because I'm sure your brain can do better than this. If I ask you, do you regret your vote? And you say no, and I ask why, how is it possibly a sufficient answer for you to say, because 2024 was my first election voting? How does that support you not regretting the vote? You're just repeating the fact that you voted and the significance of it being a first time. None of that supports a reason not to regret said vote. You need to give me a reason. What is that reason?
The reason is because I already knew it was going to be chaotic when I voted for Trump.
You don't regret your vote because it was going to be a chaotic presidency?
Yes, I already knew that.
Erica.
Hello?
I'm really not just trying to call everybody names.
No, lean in, friend. What's he say? What's your reason for not regretting your vote, friend?
The reason I voted for Trump because I knew it would be a chaotic vote.
You knew it'd be, so you like chaos?
No, I voted for Trump because of the Butler incident, and when he got shot, right then and there, I knew the full picture of what was going on. I understood fully the full aspect of exactly what was going on. So I knew that I had to vote for Trump, and I knew whoever was responsible for shooting Trump, it was going to create chaos. But I knew that we were going to find.
But not much chaos ensued after it, other than Donald Trump being elected the president of the United States of America, and all hell breaking loose in that sense. Yeah. So, did you want Trump?
Hold on. Is that I believe that it's an organized chaos.
Ask you a question.
I believe that it's right.
Thank you. Trying to understand where you're coming from. So, Trump was elected president. All right. Did you want Donald Trump to be president? Yes or no?
Yes.
You did want him to be president. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Course, yes.
And you said did you want Donald Trump to cause chaos?
No, I didn't. Let me get this straight. What I'm saying is it was going to be chaos voting for Trump, and I knew that it was going to be controlled chaos. You guys, from your perspective, you guys think that it's just chaoticness. I think it's organized chaos.
W's in the chat to Courtney for the $5 Venmo. Smart and hunky, can we get some more men like you, please? I regret to inform you there are very few men like me, Courtney. Thank you so much for your support. W's in the chat to Rico for the $2 Venmo. This man is stupid. Number 1, all nuclear materials is in Pickaxe Mountain and not accessible. 2, we are now in a forever with 2 key straits closed. Dumbass. Couldn't agree more. This is for the last guest. W's in the chat to you, Rico. W's in the chat to you. Guys, best way to support the platform is going to be links in the bio. If you want to support the stream, say hi to my cute face or send a message, please feel free to do so. Also, take care of Erica while she's up here co-hosting with us, and her links are available in the bio as well. Do all the good things. Back to this guy. Controlled chaos.
Yes, I believe it's all controlled chaos.
Was it controlled chaos when Donald Trump aligned himself with Israel and supported the strikes against Iran's nuclear facilities in the region? And then he got up on television when they started blowing each other to hell for the 12-day war and said they don't know what the fuck they were doing? Was it controlled chaos when Donald Trump stormed out of the Supreme Court after they were initially, just in the conversations, showing favor towards the 14th Amendment? Was it controlled chaos when they also required him to bring back a man he unjustly deported from a concentration camp? Was that controlled chaos?
See, this is what you Democrats do. You guys shotgun blast fucking all this shit, and we don't know where to start. How about we do like
you can start with one, you can address whatever. I'm just giving you examples of I'm giving you clear examples of things Donald Trump was not in control of, or how no form of controlled chaos would have led to the outcome that Donald Trump wanted himself.
So let's go on Israel. How do you know 100% sure that actually Trump is for Israel? But at any moment, he can turn his back against Israel.
Off of it. He literally ran off of giving them a blank check to finish the job. He said they're our biggest ally, that we will not falter. When Kamala Harris criticized them for the genocide in Gaza, he called her comments disrespectful. They're currently trying to pass Republicans more aid to Israel, with mostly Democrats opposing it.
I don't care about none of that. All I'm saying
you asked me a question. You literally asked me a fucking question as to how I know that Donald Trump is all for Israel, but he can turn on them on any minute. And I gave you the examples, and you said I don't give a fuck about all of that. So why the fuck did you ask me the question?
You didn't tell me why you didn't regret your vote for Kamala Harris.
You have yet to answer any of our questions directly. And I also told you when the first time you called, I answered your question the first time you called, my guy. Do you remember what my answer was the first time you called?
Yeah, but we didn't clarify.
So what was my answer?
I got hung up on.
What was my answer?
My fucking phone died.
What was my answer?
You said you tell me what your answer is.
So you don't know what I said. So why did you say you know what I said?
I don't know. The fucking phone call got hung up in the middle of the fucking phone call.
No, I answered. You responded. Then the call ended. You heard my answer. So my question is, do you remember what my answer was? Yes or no?
You said that she was kind of progressive, but she was still...
No, that was not my answer to your question on why I didn't regret my vote. That answer was to you saying, why did I, a progressive, vote for a centrist? Track better, my guy.
Okay, I don't care. So tell me why a progressive would vote for a centrist.
You're literally pivoting. But sure. I, a progressive, would vote for the centrist because the centrist had progressive-leaning policies in her, policies. Literally why I voted for her. And even if she didn't, she would be better than the alternative. I'm a progressive who believes in harm reduction, which means if this person is going to maintain the status quo that I can maneuver through, and this person is going to regress the country and make it more difficult for me to do my job, I'm going to vote for the person who's at least going to maintain the status quo, which was not Kamala Harris, at least not largely, by the way.
Okay, so is Kamala Harris a centralist or was he a progressive?
I literally answered this question already.
Mm-hmm.
What is the relevance of you asking these questions? What is the point you're trying to make?
The point I'm trying to...
Because I feel like I just articulated progressive or centrist, I'm going to vote for that person. Ew, that's nasty. I'm going to vote for that person because they were better than the alternative. And at minimum would maintain the successful accomplishments that the Biden administration achieved.
What was the alternative?
God bless you.
What the fuck do you mean? What was the alternative?
So
I'll tell you the alternative. Trump, no problem. The alternative is the United States being put on a international civil rights watch list. The alternative was healthcare premiums skyrocketing, not only also in the private sector because of the ACA subsidy gutting. The alternative was us fast tracking towards being $41 trillion. You asked the question. Hey, you asked the question. I'm literally giving you a fucking answer. Yeah, and I'm telling you what Trump's been doing.
Okay, so why do I need all that extra shit?
That's what you asked for.
Okay, so do you like Chuck Schumer?
God bless you.
No.
Okay, so if
why the fuck are we talking about Chuck Schumer? My guy, we're going between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. Who's Chuck Schumer? What is Chuck Schumer?
If the elections were held today between Chuck Schumer and Trump, which one you vote for?
What is Chuck Schumer?
I don't know. He's the
what the fuck do you mean you don't know? So why did you bring him up? You don't know who he is, but you're citing him?
He's the leader.
He's a leader. Right? What kind of leader? Tell me. What kind of leader is he? Right? What kind of leader is he?
He's the majority leader, the Democratic majority leader, right? Am I right?
What is a majority? How do you become a majority leader? How are you a majority leader? What is your primary title?
How about you stop pivoting and tell me?
I'm not pivoting. What is your primary title? What is Chuck Schumer's primary title?
You're pivoting.
I'm literally not. You mentioned Chuck Schumer and you clearly don't know who the fuck he is. And you conflated him with the President of the United States and a presidential election when he is a senator.
You hate Chuck Schumer, but you would absolutely vote for Chuck Schumer if it was...
I voted for Kamala Harris, not Chuck Schumer. What the fuck are we doing? Why are you bringing up Chuck Schumer? I didn't vote for Chuck Schumer. I'm not in, what is he, New Jersey? He's in New Jersey? I'm not in New Jersey. What is the relevance of this argument? This topic said Trump supporters regret your vote, and Kamala Harris is only in relation to this because she opposed him in the 2024 election. What is your obsession with Chuck Schumer? I didn't vote for him. You would have never voted for him. This conversation is stupid because you asked me, out of the blue, what my position was on a man who didn't run against Donald Trump. New York. Thank you for the correction. I thought it was Jersey. It's New York.
Do you like Chuck Schumer or not?
I literally answered that.
Okay, so if you answer the question, then answer this question. Is it between Chuck Schumer
I'm done answering your fucking questions. How about you answer mine? You have yet to substantiate why you support Trump. You started off with talking about controlled chaos. I need you to finish that goddamn point. Give me an example. Articulate something that supports your controlled chaos argument for Trump.
I don't need to support that. How about you support?
What the fuck do you mean you don't need to support it? Hey! What's the name of my stream? What's the name of my stream? What's the name of my stream?
I don't need it. I don't care about that.
What's the name of my stream? What's the name of my stream? What's the name of my stream? Cool, stupid, I'll tell you. The name of my stream is Defend the Indefensible. Trump supporters regret your vote. On the YouTube side that you called into before you tuned into my stream, there would have been a thumbnail with 4 topics specifically you can choose from, and then everything else you can ramble on about. You saw my question, Trump supporters regret your vote. You called into my stream, and you started to address that prompt right fucking here. And now that I'm asking you questions, the questions that you consented to with this fucking phone call, the conversation you've been engaging with this entire time, now you're sitting here going, I don't care, it doesn't matter, this is irrelevant, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to let you know something right now. You're going, nigga, fuck you and your personal opinions. I mean, do you want to fuck me? Nigga, do you want to fuck me? You want to fuck me?
I want to talk about you.
Do you want to fuck me, nigga?
Yes.
You do?
I want to talk about you.
You do? Nigga, did you just say yes? Well, I'm unavailable. I'm unavailable, nigga. I'm unavailable. I don't want to fuck you. I'm not interested. This conversation is about me, fucking stupid ass nigga. This conversation is about politics. Donald Trump, Kamala Harris. Politics. I don't give a fuck what your positions are on me. This isn't a fucking intervention from my ass, nigga. This is a question and answer basis. So shut the fuck up.
You a fake
Shut the fuck up. What the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? Nigga, I want to talk about you. The fuck? Am I on the background? Is this Hector a Q&A? Jesus fucking Christ, man. W's in the chat to Mike for the $5 Venmo for the ashwagandha fund. Looks like you're really going to need it tonight. Damn, we are beyond cooked. We are baked potatoes. What the fuck? I want to know about you. I want to know about you. You know why you want to know about me so much, nigga? On top of the fact that you probably want to put your dick up my ass. You want to know about me because the more you talk about me is the less you get to substantiate your support for Trump. You have no fucking argument whatsoever, which is exactly why you tried to pivot so badly. That's exactly what that was. You brain dead niggas calling into the stream all the fucking time and pivoting from the goddamn point because you don't know why you actually voted for Trump and you can't substantiate a goddamn thing.
Call from
Anthony.
What the fuck you call back for? You gonna answer questions? I'm gonna hang up the phone again. Which one? You gonna actually address my prompt? Which one you gonna do?
Yeah.
Which one you gonna do, nigga? Which one?
What y'all gonna do?
Which one? Which one you gonna do, nigga? You gonna answer the question now on what you think control chaos is? Which one you gonna do? Which one you gonna do, nigga? Which one you gonna do, nigga? Oh, you ain't gonna do nothing, nigga. Shut the fuck up on my phone.
What the hell is happening over here? I stepped away to go parent. What's happening? That was crazy.
Fucking irritating.
Bubba heard you yelling too.
Shit. Got nothing.
I should put my ear.
Look, call back. Look. Call him back. Obsessive much?
I talk to him.
You do it.
What's up, Bob?
Hi. Thank you for calling the Hector Show. Hi. So what's your deal with Chuck Schumer?
Excuse me?
Why did you ask him about Chuck Schumer?
Because if he hates Chuck Schumer, but then if Chuck Schumer runs against Trump, he'll vote for Chuck Schumer. Therefore, what's the point of complaining about your own fucking party if you just reward your party with fucking votes? That's why.
I don't think you're thinking of this. I don't think that you're thinking of this in a holistic way, though.
No, the way I'm thinking about it is that I want the Democratic Party to be strong, and you guys are not strong because you guys let the Democratic establishment fuck you guys in the ass. Stand up. If you're a progressive,
sir,
vote for progressive candidate.
Now. That's some vulgar language you got going on there. Jesus Christ.
I'm so tired these liberals want to talk about Trump all day long, but they don't want to criticize their own party. They don't see that their own party is collapsing. Their own party's collapsing before their very eyes. And they can't see it because they're so focused on Trump. Trump all day long.
Okay, okay. So I don't necessarily disagree with you in a sense that there is at times of a bit of too much focus put on Donald Trump. All right, but that wasn't your question to Hector. Your question to him was if it were between Schumer and Trump, would he vote for Schumer?
Yeah.
And he let you know that he would, in fact, vote for Schumer. And there's reasons for
He
that.
would? Is that he would or wouldn't?
I said he would, and I said there are reasons for that.
I know he would.
And I would like to elaborate on those reasons without being interrupted.
He's a centralist, but he's really
that way
progressive,
we
which
could
makes
actually
no sense to
possibly
me.
engage in an actual conversation.
You guys don't even know what a centralist is at all.
I'm sorry,
You guys
but
don't know what
if
a
you're not
center is.
listening to the words that are coming out of my mouth and you want to make come to a conclusion based off of one word, then I don't know how we're going to have a conversation, sir.
Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
Seriously. So here's the deal. All right. You're not taking a holistic view of this. All right. If you know that Donald Trump, right, wants to cut funding for Medicaid and Medicare and SNAP benefits,
ma'am, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I don't care about none of that shit that you're saying, ma'am. I voted for Trump in 2024 because of the Butler incident, and I'm going to see my vote all the way through into 2029.
Congratulations to you. That's not what we're talking about right now,
I'm going to
sir.
stand on what I voted for, ma'am. I'm going to stand on what I voted for.
That's not what we're talking
I'm
about,
not ashamed
sir.
of my
I
vote.
wasn't talking about you. You asked the question of why would Hector vote for Schumer if he doesn't like Schumer? That's what I'm trying to answer. Did you want to answer to that question, or did you just want to bitch this entire time?
Ah, dude. Y'all making excuses, that's why.
You're the one that called in here talking to a woman talking about getting fucked up the ass. I don't know what that was all about. Don't get upset with me for saying bitch now. Come on, be serious. Like, you truly do not give a fuck about answers. You called here because you think this is your fucking therapy session and you get to rant. Stop ranting. Engage in the fucking conversation.
That's what y'all do. Y'all rant about Trump all day long. You try to make MAGA look dumb.
I swear to God, you can't fucking focus. You can't focus. Anywho, so as I was saying, if you know, all right, that Trump is going to cut funding to social benefit programs, that Donald Trump is a warmonger, and that Donald Trump, is on a mission to ruin the U.S. economy, why would you vote for him if you know that Chuck Schumer, although he may have a spine made out of fucking cotton candy, Chuck Schumer isn't going to advocate for things such as cutting funding to social benefit programs. Chuck Schumer isn't going to advocate for children with disability losing access to services that help them. He's also not going to start a war with Iran. Also, another thing is that Chuck Schumer, all right, isn't going to advocate for a conservative Supreme Court that is going to rule to dilute the black vote. So there's that part.
What's the point of hating Chuck Schumer
that's why
then?
a person would vote for Chuck Schumer over Donald Trump.
What's the point?
That's what I'm doing here.
Then what's the point? What's the point of hating Chuck Schumer then? Then you like Chuck Schumer. You would vote for Chuck Schumer. You're defending Chuck Schumer. So what's the point of hating that man?
Oh, he said it out loud. My bad. I'm sorry. I don't think you understand how the real world works. Your world is pretty black and white.
You understand how the real world works, ma'am. The Democratic establishment is the enemy. The Democratic establishment is the enemy.
How is the Democratic establishment
the enemy of progressives? And you guys let the establishment fuck you guys up. Y'all let the Democratic establishment
you have a lot of
just do whatever you want.
What people call the left in the United States of America. You have such a critique, but yet you don't have a critique for the Republican Party or what's now known as the MAGA Party, since the Republican Party no longer exists.
I don't give a fuck
because
about
the Republican Party, as I understood it, was the party of small government.
Shit.
But what Donald Trump has been doing ever since he took office on January 20th of 2025 has been expanding the role of government in Americans' lives. That's what Donald Trump has been doing, going against conservative principles. The conservatives have always been about they've been fiscally conservative, meaning that they do not spend a lot of money. Yet Donald Trump is taking the Reagan approach and seeing just how much he can actually increase, not just our deficit, but also our national debt. There's no reason that the national debt started off at about 36 trillion and some change when he took office, and it has ballooned to over 39
why are you saying all this shit? Like I can only go on one thing, ma'am. I can only go on one topic.
What the fuck did I say? I'm talking about conservatism. The fuck are we
You
doing
keep going
here?
on and on and on and on about it, though.
No.
You're missing the point.
Tell me. So
You're
how is
missing
it
the
that
point.
Donald Trump
You don't know
represents
who the real
conservatism
enemy
well?
is.
How does
You
he
don't know who the
represent the
real
Republican
enemy.
Party well?
You
We're
don't
listening.
know who the real enemy is. The real enemy
I
is
don't
the
go fuck who the real
Democratic
enemy is. The
establishment,
real
man.
enemy is anti-intellectuals such as you. The real enemy is people who don't read, such as you. The real enemy is people who go by their own definitions, such as you. The real enemy is people like you who don't read fucking questions and you don't know how to engage in a conversation. Got me screaming in front of Mr. Russ like
have a
this.
word
You
in,
don't
but
make
you
no
keep
goddamn
going on
sense.
and defending Chuck Schumer like you support Chuck
Shut up,
Schumer.
stupid. I don't even want to yell today,
You really,
Hector. That dude not smart.
why you defending Chuck Schumer if you don't like him?
Who the
I don't
fuck is
get that shit.
defending Chuck Schumer? He doesn't know what
Why are you defending him? Why are you defending him?
Jub is in the chat to Korea for the $6 Venmo. MAGA be hanging on by a thread. Love the way you slammed that fool. I was dying. Much love.
How about you let me talk, bro?
How about you let me talk, it, bro? Fucking stupid conversation. Dub's in the chat.
How about you let me talk? You want to make MAGA?
Guys, I'm deciding to be nice today. I'm a permaban this thing. I'm gonna block this motherfucking number because I don't want to hear the sound of his stupid fucking voice again. 44 more to the links in the bio. And we'll get him up out the goddamn paint.
Hello? Hello?
Stupid say what?
I said, let's talk. Why are you defending Chuck Schumer? Is Chuck Schumer a centrist?
I'm so sorry. What was that? You said it's Chuck Schumer or what?
A centrist.
A centrist?
Yeah, that's what you got. That's what you socialists say, that he's a centralist. But it doesn't make any sense to me because I know damn well if Chuck Schumer run for president, his ass ain't going to be fucking going for mass deportation.
I don't think that Chuck Schumer is a centrist. I think Chuck Schumer is actually more so.
So why y'all socialists be lying about that? Be lying on Chuck Schumer like that?
It's more so center right. What would be the relevance of your question? Aren't you a centrist? Did you claim yourself to be a centrist?
My whole relevance is you guys are progressive, so you should vote for progressive candidates only and stop letting the establishment just fuck you guys up. You know what I'm saying?
Name the most recent
Kamala Harris was a progressive. If Kamala Harris was a progressive in 2024, maybe she would have won the election. But you guys didn't say shit. You guys didn't say shit. You let her be a centrist. And there's a reason why she became a centrist.
So Hector, is his understanding is that we've never criticized how the DNC handled Kamala Harris's campaign? Is that his understanding?
I can't tell you what his understanding is. It's pretty lacking. Debbie's in the chat. The Gucci for the $10 Venmo for the permaban. I appreciate your support.
Who the real enemy is. That's all it is. That's all I'm trying to say.
But the thing is that I don't know if you're new here or not, but we've talked multiple times. We've spoken multiple times about how the campaign could have been handled differently, although it was handled as well as could be for having only 107 days. All right, we've spoken about how
no, don't give her excuses because you guys got.
What's wrong with
Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute. You guys just got rid of Plattner in a matter of 1 week, and you guys can't tell me that you guys couldn't phone like Voltron.
What is wrong
with you? You guys
with
can't tell me that
hey,
you guys couldn't phone like Voltron and make Kamala Harris a progressive.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You guys can't do that?
You keep trying to change the topic because you know for a fact that what you're saying is full of shit. Just because you support a fucking sexual abuser, a rapist, a sexual harasser, a man who assaults women, a man who grabs women by the pussy without their permission, just because you support that doesn't mean that the Democratic Party or anyone who calls himself a progressive, anyone on the left, is going to support a man who went into an ex's home unannounced without her permission and then proceeded to fucking rape her. We don't have to support that. The fuck is wrong with you?
Okay. So how you supposedly beat this pedophile if your party is weak and dying?
I'm so sorry. What was your question, stupid?
What? Listen, okay. How do you expect to beat the MAGA movement if your party, the entire Democratic Party, is collapsing and it's dying before your eyes?
This is you projecting because you literally see the Republican Party dying right before your eyes. You see the MAGA movement dying right before your eyes. The Democrats don't have to do a goddamn thing. All the Democrats have to do is pull up the voting rolls and show how they voted on the one big beautiful bill. And then all they have to do is turn to the grocery shelves to show how much the darn going grocery prices have gone up. Show how much the darn going gas prices have gone up since Trump took office. All they got to do is go to a rural community, and all they got to do is show how many of their hospitals are now closed. All right? All they got to do is go into people's homes and put a camera, shine a spotlight on their fucking pantries because they don't get their SNAP benefits anymore, so they can't afford them. That's all they got to do. All they got to do is roll the fucking tape and show how Donald Trump said he don't care about affordability.
Ma'am,
that's all they got to do. They got to do is show how Donald Trump loves inflation. Bruh, shut the fuck up. You know not what you speak of. You're not good at this. Go read a fucking book or at least a news article.
If you let me get a word in, I can actually get you.
You've been getting words in this entire fucking time. Don't play in my face. You better play fucking lotto. You'll have a better chance of winning.
Is Trump term over yet?
The fuck are we doing here?
Is Trump term over yet?
Why are we asking is his term over? Why are we asking is his term over? No shit, Sherlock. His term isn't over. What will happen, though, is come January 1st of 2027, he will be effectively a lame duck president. No power whatsoever.
Midterms, y'all gonna lose the midterms, 100%.
I know, darling. I know. Keep hoping, keep projecting, blah, blah, blah. Shut the
Your mother took a swallow.
Yeah. Y'all vote for Chuck Schumer. Y'all will vote for Chuck Schumer. Y'all vote for Chuck Schumer if you'll vote for him. Give me that son.
W's in the chat to Wesley for the $20 super chat for the band. Fuck this stupid ass, know nothing, ear closed, eyes shut jackass. Tell him I said no one, and I mean no one, wants to listen to his stupidity. Big W's in the chat to you, Wesley. W's in the chat to Amanda for the $20 Venmo. I cannot take it anymore. It's centrist, for fuck's sake. His mom is the real enemy for not swallowing. You and I, see, we was here. We was here, sis. We was fucking here. We was here. W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to James for the $5 PayPal. Permaban this, B-A-N. B-A-N? Oh, God, I want to tell these folks to shut the fuck up. That part. W's in the chat to Phil for the $16 Venmo. Why are these people so disillusioned and hypocritical? He rants and gets mad when someone explains something. That's where I decide I'm done with the fucking conversation. That part right there. Gets mad that Dems are more critical on Trump, yet he hasn't said one thing against his own party. Bye, Felicia. This motherfucker's lecturing on us on Democrats and Democratic failures. You said you voted for a dude for controlled fucking chaos, and none of that shit is controlled. W's in the chat to you, and W's in the chat to Amanda Panda for the 5. Chat, we need to get rid of this guy. He's dangerous. He just said being a sexual predator doesn't matter. He did say that. He said that's all the things Erica was mentioning. I hate it here. Thank you, Hector. Love you and Erica. Shout out to y'all. Dude called in.
Jesus. I didn't hear that.
And couldn't answer a simple fucking question. Why don't you regret your vote for Trump? First time voting. Okay, but why don't you regret your vote? Because okay, why didn't you regret your vote? Control chaos. Okay. Explain to me how the things he's doing is in control chaos. I'm going over the things that clearly show he's not. I don't give a fuck about none of that. So anyway, what about Chuck Schumer? What? Ooh, I missed one. I'm so sorry. Deb is in the chat to Amy for the $5 Venmo. Get this horrible idiot gone. Here's a one that just came in. Deb is in the chat to Chelsea for the $5 Venmo. That was painful. Thank you guys for your support. I appreciate you. Like, sitting here and having a full-blown argument about what the Democrats have going on is relevant to the conversation. You're not a Democrat. You're not a progressive. You don't care. Not to mention, Democratic polling is up. Yes, that's correct. Democratic polling has been going up since we go further and further and further into Trump's administration, and his policies are showing to be a monumental failure. The special elections, the sweep that we saw, the majority of those special elections held between the last year, Democrats won them. Midterms, sentiments are rising. Donald Trump has abandoned affordability. He's abandoned no new wars. He's not taking any criticism, including from Republicans, under draconian actions taking place under DHS. He is losing his fucking mind, continuing to shit his diapers. The fuck? The fuck do Democrats actually have to do? That's one of the issues that I have with Republicans. You guys are so goddamn bad, the Democrats don't feel the need to improve, because they can just point the finger at you. Also, really there's a big part we miss in that conversation, which is the rising power and populace of the DSA. The DSA is fucking killing it lately. Excuse me. DSA is fucking killing it lately. We don't even have to worry about the Democrats at some point. We can look at the Democratic Socialists. This is stupid. What a stupid fucking conversation, trying to lecture us about Democrats. You voted for a fraudster, a felon, a rapist, a clown. Man. Let me reset. If you guys are not following me, hit that follow button in the top left corner. We are live every Saturday after 3 p.m. CST and randomly throughout the week. Also, share out the live with your friends and family for whatever time we're going to be here. I'm not sure it's going to be much long. Repost and add to your story. Knock out the little gift goals here. We have 27 more of the overacts to go. Click on my name in the top left corner. It's also going to show our respective gift galleries. Check out Erica's as well, and feel free to knock out any of the grayed out gifts there. And then the links in the bio are going to be the best ways to support the platform. Follow me on all the social medias that I'm on. YouTube, that we're doing streams here right now. Instagram, where I post the videos I put up here. Join the Discord community. We are over 750 members strong. It's free to join. A lot of the information you hear me cite up here, I'll post in there. Join the Discord community. Get yourself some merch off my merch shop, hectorshops.com with 2 R's. Erica has one as well, ericaeffect.com, and direct donations to the links in the bio. Those of you on the YouTube side, hit the like button on the stream, subscribe and turn on notification bells if you want to support the platform, super chat, super sticker, or become a member. And it was the fact that we literally kept answering every single question that he had, and then he kept saying we're not answering this, or then would pivot to something else. Why do you support Chuck Schumer? We don't. Why are you defending him? We're not. We literally said we don't like him. But if you give me a scenario where it's him and Trump, I will unapologetically vote for Chuck Schumer. And then try to get him impeached if his vice president is better. Like, what are we doing? Ay. And then you give the examples as to why, because that would be the meat on the bones, right? It's not just about Chuck Schumer over Trump. It's about why. And then we're citing the whys. I don't give a fuck about none of that. So then you don't give a fuck about the argument. You're just rambling. You're just yapping. DJ in the chat on YouTube wants to call in. Who the fuck is DJ and why hasn't he called in? The phone line is open. You guys gotta ignore people who just say I want to call in and don't call in. The line is open. If you can't call in, you're blocked. If you're blocked, I spoke to you before and you deserved it. In which case, I will just block you in the chat too. DJ can call in the number online. These people lie. Guys, seriously. They'll literally put in the chat, I'm trying to request it. I'm trying to call up. And it's right there. And they'll never do it. It's to give some appearance of them actually wanting to have a debate and me trying to run from them. They do this shit in live after live after live. The phone line is open and the request box is open over here. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people Erica wants to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, and we call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Yeah, attention to.
Oh, whoa, quick.
Guess he accidentally requested up. They said you banned them? That was the dude I just banned? DJ's the last caller? Yeah, good. I sold you for half the price, too. I 350 your ass, nigga. You're not calling back up in here again. Get the fuck out of here. Appreciate you guys knocking out the gift goal. W's in the chat to y'all. Or debate me and nobody in the request. Literally. So, some of you guys, those of you who mod for other creators, you'll know what I'm talking about. When you're like modding for other creators and you're seeing people spam in the comments, but the request box is 0, that shit is crazy, bro. That shit is crazy. Like, Why do y'all do that? Why do y'all do that? Yeah, 50 years, the only promises they are keeping is cutting taxes temporarily for 83 different ways. This is all they can get done. That and starting shit they can't finish. Ooh, that part. That part. That part. Literally what they're doing. Literally what they're doing. Erica and I already went over a couple different stories. Honestly, I need to update my background over on the YouTube side because there's a lot of shit. The Trump administration does not want to actively tackle racism, sexism, xenophobia, homophobia, or anything else because they are no longer requiring companies to submit data for their employers and employees. No, not a thing. Not anymore. All the trends, all the information that we use to ascertain systemic racism in the United States, misogyny, misogynoir, and everything else, the information that we use to show that women make 83 cents on the dollar compared to men, the information that we showed
white women,
the information that shows, yes, because black women is 60 something cents. The data that shows black people were significantly more likely to be pulled over by police or have a wrongful conviction. Our exoneration rate, all of that information is challenged now. It's going to be challenged. They're attempting to erase it because they no longer want to collect data on it. The Trump administration really doesn't like data. You guys remember his previous Bureau of Labor Statistics commissioner? Erica McIntyre, I believe. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of her last name. Remember what happened when she put out the failing jobs report? Fired. Next guy came out, put out the same information. Threatened to fire him. He's still there, to my knowledge. The EAC, gone. All these other boards, gone. Anyone who puts out information that challenges what his worldview is, he will try to fire you. And the Supreme Court basically just gave him the right to. I find that interesting. If your policies are so great, if your administration is so wonderful, if they're doing the right thing and the numbers would reflect the great American comeback, then you wouldn't be worried about these things. But he is, because he's tired of us, myself, Erica, and other creators citing information day in and day out, going to show that he's lying to you. You don't know that he's lying if you don't have the information to substantiate it. And quite frankly, we're not them. We don't talk out of our fucking feelings all the time. I don't get it. Why do you guys stand on ignorance? You guys are unapologetically stupid. And you wear it on your sleeve. It's weird. Can we make men pride themselves on being smart again? Can we make men great by enabling a culture to where they can comfortably admit that they were wrong? Can we do that, please? Because I don't think jacking them up with testosterone is going to help the issue.
God bless you.
Whatsoever. Y'all got your priorities fucked up, bro. Y'all absolutely got your priorities fucked up. Anyway, thank you guys for hitting 200,000 likes, and I appreciate you, Tay, for the roses. W's to you. W's to you. W's to you. I did have another video I wanted to show y'all. Let me see if I can pull it up here. This is Todd Blanche. Y'all. Not able to answer a very simple question. Those of you familiar with the circumstances surrounding the $1.776 billion weaponization fund that Donald Trump tried to create to pay off domestic terrorists, he was asked a simple question in regards to that deal. And I think you guys would like to hear it. Let me see if I can pull this up here. Because I feel like this should concern everyone. Every single person. When you can't answer basic questions such as this. Oh, why are you doing this? Here we go. Start that over.
Did you write this language?
You have to use the facts, though.
Did you?
He hasn't filed taxes
yet.
yet.
Correction. This is the immunity. This is the immunity from future audits. Past and previous audits. This is the deal where they're trying to get where we can't audit them. The IRS can't audit them anymore. Correction. Not the slush fund. Well, that came out of the... Yeah, that came out of it. But yeah, this is it.
So when he files taxes, there's no protection based upon this agreement.
Did you write this language?
Did I type it up myself?
Did you write this language?
No.
Well, you put your name to it.
I did.
So who wrote this?
I don't know the person that actually typed it. I don't know who it is.
Was it one of the president's lawyers, or was it someone from the Justice Department or IRS?
This document would have been somebody within the Department of Justice.
Well, you have no idea who that is.
I don't know the name of the person that typed it up.
Did you write this language?
You have to use the.
He doesn't know who wrote the document that gives Trump immunity from audits in the IRS, that gives him the protection that enables future crimes. He has no idea who wrote it, but he signed it. And he agrees with the language. That's crazy. First off, I would think that you're the person who would order its drafting. I would have thought that you would have asked someone specifically. But you don't know? So who did it and why? Who did it and why? Someone's lying, or you're just grossly incompetent. And it seems like hearing after hearing after hearing after hearing after hearing with so many of Donald Trump's picks, they're caught in blatant lies, or they straight up don't know what the hell they're talking about. I think that's very concerning. I think that's extremely concerning. And there's so much more. And there's so much more. I don't know how anyone watches this can defend this administration. He said I didn't write it, didn't type it. Right type, yeah. He don't know who drafted it up. He has no clue who drafted it up. But his signature is on it. So there's that. Spin, 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 lie and lie again, then cheat, cheat, cheat the Democrat way. Cool. I'm going to give you one hell of a motivator to call that number on the screen and tell me, what did I spin and lie about in the 2 hours, 6 minutes, and 30 seconds that I've been live? You guys really got to stop doing this. You guys are really, really got to stop doing this. If you're going to call me a liar, you need to tell me what I lied about. I'm looking forward to you not calling the number on screen, excuse me. Yeah, Trump's lawyer. Yeah. There's no evidence to show that he's been non-biased in the dealings and everything else. Oh, I'm saying he could have written it and he's saying type so he can deny writing it. that is so petty, but it wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me. Honestly, I don't think he would have to do that because they'll straight up be like, hey, I never said this. And you can play the clip in front of them and then they'll still say it. But yeah, I didn't write it. I just typed it. I can see them doing some petty ass shit like that. That part. Honestly. W's in the chat to Melissa for the $2 super chat. MAGA, you will serve future academia very well. Thank you. Erica talks about this all the time. Y'all are going to be studied, bro. Your brains are going to be studied. He is sneaky and use words to obfuscate. He's not good at it, though. That's the thing. They're not good at it. You can catch them in so many lies. Donald Trump being the worst of them all. I don't even see the point of bringing that up. My favorite thing is when he did that Meet the Press interview. And he said, I never said no new wars. MS It Now, CNN, what you would call that other net, Washington, but all these different networks put compilations up of all the damn times he said no new wars, no more disruptions, no regime changes. It's dead in the water. It's been a thing of the past. Blah blah blah. America for they did an entire compilation over the years, including tweets. I even saw one with tweets, literal tweets. We all know the post where he was talking about Obama. The president in the United States will start a war in Iran because he is a terrible negotiator and a bad leader. And then all of that went out the window. That's what I would do. If I was given a sit down with Donald Trump, I would open up with that video. I'm like, you want to stay consistent now? It's no different from J.D. Vance when he was, I'm trying to remember what the question was. Damn it, I'm blanking now. There was something he criticized under Obama. And then they brought it up to him a couple months ago that Donald Trump was doing the same thing. It's like, well, you criticize him for this. What about Donald Trump? His response was he literally said, well, the difference was Trump's a smart president. Obama was a stupid president. Obama or Biden, one of them. He said, well, this person was a stupid president. This guy's a smart president. He's like, well, it wasn't an argument of smartness or stupidity, especially if we're using their education level to describe the action. But he brought it down to the person so that he can excuse Trump's behavior. Shit's crazy. He would walk right out. He would walk right out. He would walk right out. That's exactly what he did. Donald Trump can't handle pressure. He literally crashes out. The internal reports after this administration is over are going to be wild. We've already seen some of them leaked. We already have a bunch of them from the first Trump administration. Whenever he got pissy in a little tissy fit because he didn't have his way. Big ass man baby with his hands over the nuclear codes. Ooh, speaking of. Hold on. I'm going to pull it up because I want to make sure I give you guys the very specific source. Nukes. I want to verify this, and I think enough time has passed to where I can at least prove where it came from. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah. Explosive report claims that Trump tried to use the nuclear codes during stormy Iran war meeting. This was back in April. It was unconfirmed, but this was the report. During a stormy meeting on the Iran war on Saturday, but was stopped by the highest-ranking member of U.S. military. The report originated from an appearance by CIA officer Larry Johnson on Judging Freedom, a podcast and YouTube talk show hosted by former Fox News legal analyst Andrew Napolitano. But the report is now being parsed by U.S. news outlets, including Newsweek and MSN. Newsweek reported that Johnson provided no evidence for his claim, did not identify any sources for his accounts, and did not clarify what he meant by nuclear codes. Newsweek said that this has found no independent cooperation for the claim. During the April 20th episode of the podcast, Johnson claimed that an emergency White House meeting took place on Saturday night amid escalating tensions with Iran. One report coming out of that meeting at the White House is that Trump wanted to use the nuclear codes, and General Dan Kane stood up and said no. Johnson described the exchange as apparently quite a blow-up. Now, I'll be the first to say, when it comes to shit that's said on podcasts and YouTube, I don't believe that shit. When it comes to this, I'm not going to do much with that because it is very much unverified, and I do not spread misinformation. I think the crazy thing about this report is that if it was verified, everybody would just be like, yeah, that makes sense. That's more so the point that I'm going to make. If this was all verified to be true, Donald Trump, everybody would just go, yeah, that tracks. That sounds like something Donald Trump would do. No one would be surprised. In fact, we would expect it. That's concerning enough. We would expect someone to be that irrational and consider the idea. I don't think that's good. Any case. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. If you are a Trump supporter who regrets their vote, this live is a place for you to come up here and express all the reasons that got you up off the MAGA plantation. And don't troll. Because I will cuss you out. Or if you are a Trump supporter who does not regret your vote, you think he's doing an amazing job, you think there's something I'm missing, you may request up in the box or call the number on screen. I'll give you several reasons as to why you're wrong. And by several, I mean several hundred. Have we sunk so low? Literally. I was one of the people on the 2024, during the 2024 election who literally said, I remember saying this on live, I said, I truly believe, and up to this day, I'll kind of stand on my assumption that if Donald Trump could be the president to hit those codes since, wow, why am I blanking? Y'all know what the fuck I'm trying to say. I'm blanking on the last time we used the damn codes. I guess, okay, yeah.
So what are you asking? I'm sorry.
The last time the United States used nukes, or the only people who've ever used nukes.
Oh, 1945.
Yeah.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah. I don't know why I was about to say Nagasawa. That's correct. Like, it literally would not surprise me if before or by 2028 that we nuke somebody.
That's the only way he's going to win this. I want you to know that. That's the only way he's winning this. That's honestly, he's insane. He's nuts enough to do it too.
Mm-hmm. I can see him getting desperate. They're not going to be able to get the 2/3 majority they need to change the Constitution so he can run a third term. I can see this is obviously just us. We're just speculating this part. We're just jibber jabbing. Bomb someone else, get us in the war. That is your excuse to stay in power.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the shit that they tried to pull on. That they used against Ukraine. Mind you, it's in Ukraine's constitution, by the way. It's in Ukraine's constitution to not have an election during a time of war. But they tried to say that Zelensky weaponized that as if he's the one who decided to go strike fucking Moscow.
That part. Them painting. That was them trying to manufacture that consent against Zelensky, against the Ukraine to justify Russia coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Right, they did it to themselves. And now, look, this is the bad guy. We're trying to get the bad guy out. He's the guy that stopped an election from happening. A bullshit.
Mind you,
I need it here.
Last 3 elections, what did we find? Russia tried to interfere, and they liked Trump. If that, I don't know. I don't know when we started liking Russia. I remember debating people who literally said with their full chest, I think Russia would be a great ally. I was like, what? What? We just don't give a fuck about the Soviet Union anymore? Yeah, we're screaming red wave and now we think they'd be a great ally? That's insane. Insane. Thank you, Nick, for the roses. I appreciate you. Half their damn country's blown up. How are they supposed to vote? That part.
God bless you.
That part. It's just the usual scapegoats. Brainless takes and scapegoats that they use consistently. Russia was justified. What are we talking about? Yeah, shut up, troll. No one cares. Tired of you Russian bots in the comments. So tired of you Russian bots in the comments, bro. Y'all
God bless you.
Thank you for the DJ headphones, Nick. I appreciate
God bless you.
Shout out to you.
God bless you.
I wouldn't be surprised if I stay fucked up our alert system. I need to get an update on what's going on with that breakout. The one for the lettuce here in Texas. What's his name was asked about that, by the way, RFK. He said if he thinks that the cuts of these apartments may have contributed to the breakout, he said no, it's invalid. No, that's an invalid take. Sure, buddy. They won't say that the requirement that they took away to mandate the flu vaccine, they won't say that has contributed to the rise in people catching the flu. Fascinating. They won't say that the cuts to the weather service and its overarching department, they won't say those cuts have contributed to the alert systems across several states, specifically Texas, being weakened and more lives being lost in the middle of these great, crazy storms. We just had another big flooding recently in a part of Texas. None of that correlates. They won't say, despite running off of, we're trying to make healthcare better. We're going to gut the ACA subsidies and put forward a new plan. And now we have 5 to 8 million people either not insured or had to change their plans, get cheaper plans that don't cover as much because of the ACA subsidies and their increase, the gutting of the subsidies and their increase to the premiums, even in the private sector. They won't acknowledge none of that. None of that. It is so strange. I, for one, remember Trump supporters saying that the ACA is the reason why healthcare was so expensive. When you actually look at the data, the ACA before it was implemented, if you look at the rate of the price it was increasing, I believe it was a little more than 3% year over year. If you look at the ACA increase in costs up until 2019, it was slowed down drastically. Healthcare was going to go up regardless, but it slowed the rate as to which it did. And then if you're going to say that that's the reason healthcare is so expensive and you're weakening it, shouldn't we see immediate results? Shouldn't our premiums be cheaper? Literally after January, February going onward, all of your premiums should have been cheaper. Instead, they've gone up. I would love to know whose premiums went down afterwards. And it's probably related to like you just having amazing healthcare at a certain job. You know, one would think. One would think, exactly. One would think. Trump is your daddy. Clearly it's yours. Also, Trump supporters have 3 daddies. I just want to point that out. Trump supporters literally have 3 daddies. I don't know why you like that so much. I thought y'all didn't like all those daddies. I thought it was supposed to be the nuclear family. I thought it was supposed to be the nuclear family. Make that make sense. Russia is losing. Ukraine is our greatest ally. Well, I know they were. I know they were still holding strong as of like this month, but I don't know about winning, man. They're a very resilient people. They're military. And we did just also have a package where we did help them out some more with some aid. Congress did, excuse me. Trump didn't care. So there's that. Our private healthcare went up over $100 a month. What? I thought that was supposed to go down. Right? Healthcare, choice. What are we doing? Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Well, I guess technically, according to the lore, we wouldn't know what the Holy Spirit is. But if we're including the Son, then they have 4 daddies: the Father, the Son, their biological dad, and Trump. So I guess Trump supporters have 4 daddies. Yeah. It's one of my favorite things to bring up the Trump supporters. They'd be like, you probably got 2 dads. I'd be like, nah, I got 3. They'd be like, what? By your logic, I got 3. No, Jesus is their husband? Yeah. And our Social Security is questionable? Our Social Security is fucked. I want to point that out. It's absolutely fucked. Anyway, Erica, you going live tonight?
Absolutely the fuck not. Even though I do need to work. You know, I be making decisions and gotta do something. Help me.
Father and Son are one. Yeah, I don't believe in any of that
No,
shit.
they're not.
I don't engage with the whole.
They are not one.
There's a whole contention with the Trinity argument, and I'm just like, y'all take that up amongst yourself. I don't give a damn. Good luck with that. Truth. I think I'm gonna end here.
I clicked the button, Hector. Take a look in the group chat. I clicked the button.
What?
I clicked the button. Take a look in the group chat. See, y'all don't pay attention to me in the group chat. I'm like a redheaded stepchild.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Never mind. It doesn't matter anyways. Nothing really matters to me.
Oh my God, don't do this. Jesus is his own daddy from the future.
Bruh.
According to some people, Ashby. Goddamn Ashby.
As fuck. Bruh.
Y'all, so you know what's crazy? Do you remember when we did the thing for the last? Let me tell y'all a story about this hat right here. So we did the thing for this hat because we were fundraising, and then we also said, you know, every donation will contribute towards a random entry to who gets that hat. So the person who won that hat, I don't know what their username is. I don't know what their name is. Nothing. I don't know who they are. I only have their donation. So I sent them $1 back and I said, hey, you won. Please email me so I can get your P.O. box or whatever and send you the hat. That person has not gotten back to me up to now. So it's been over a month. we're going to do another giveaway. Also, I regret to inform you that actually may be the last Kamala Would Never hat that I can give away. The site that I used to create these hats just did some revamping and they fucked everything up. The font is still there. The placement is a little off. And the spacing. I can no longer get this like wording onto it properly and the sides without it looking weird. And And then I had my saved designs, my saved prints that I can't log back into because apparently they did away with the account process. You can no longer have an account and access save files. You just make purchases. You can't reference old stuff that you made. I tried emailing them and I'm waiting to hear a response to see if I can continue to go about that route or if they're still updating the site. But as it sits right now, I literally can't design that hat anymore. So the legit may be the last one, which pisses me off because I wanted a red one. I wanted a tan one. I wanted a blue one.
I got a red one. Got a red one.
Yeah, y'all got red ones. I wasn't able to get a red one.
I wanted a blue one.
I really wanted a blue one. But no.
Like the blue, like the bruh hat, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted a blue one. Yeah, and I was gonna get my name on the side of that one.
Yeah. I'll keep looking and seeing what happens, but
Kamala will never.
Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? I want a blue one, yeah. Everybody after I stopped selling them was like, "Hey, I want one." I'm just like, "Y'all can't afford these hats. They're pricey, y'all."
In Courtyard.
I started selling them for $30. Then it was $35, and then Trump and his fucking tariffs ruined everything. Ruined every single thing. Right. On that note, we're done. Who are we gonna raid? Who's live? Let's see who's live. Okay, so Ari and Queen or Pickles. We're gonna do Ari and Queen. I gotta go give her a thank you anyway. We're gonna set the raid to Ari and Queen over here on the YouTube side. We will do the same for TikTok. But I will start with the YouTube. Shout out to the YouTubers. Shout out to the YouTubers. Thank you guys for being here. You can stick around. I will automatically end the live and it's going to take you straight to, I'm going to end the live and it's going to automatically take you to, see, this is why I need to get off. I should have ended with the Fun and Facts show. I should have been like, Erica, go live. We done. I'm done today. I should have ended with the Fun
No, I
and
would
Facts
have. I'm lying. I wouldn't have.
I was about to say, you told me like yesterday you wouldn't have. I was like, damn, okay, I see how it is. So go to Ari's live. YouTube, it's going to automatically take you there, actually. Appreciate every last one of you for being here. Thank you for the likes, the shares, the comments, the subscriptions, the super chats, super stickers, and the memberships. When you guys get to Ari's live, make sure you know she knows it's from me. Send her some love and support. I will catch y'all for tomorrow's stream. Tomorrow's stream may be earlier. I haven't decided yet. I finished my favorite show. Not my favorite show. One of my favorite shows, Homeland. I finished it today. And now I got to figure out what to watch. But also, because of how into I was of that show, I wasn't making content. So I got to get some content out. I got to get some videos out before I decide on what my next show I'm going to get into is. But if anyone wants suggestions, I strongly suggest you check out Homeland. All 8 seasons are available on Netflix. It's damn good. And it is so closely related, specifically seasons 6 through 8 to a lot of the shit that we're seeing right now. It is so good. It is so good. So good. That being said, I'll catch y'all later.